that a rest stop you found that's built into the side of the mountain that the highway stretches along. And again, it's totally closed off except for the door that you had to manually open.
Excellent.
Now, in the time between now, which is when you guys actually like get out of the tank, and when Syl went to open the door, she's gone.
Excellent.
Syl is the one who actually got up to go manually open the door.
Can I do some scrutiny where she was to see if she got pulled somewhere, or if this is just a vanishing act?
Sure. You can roll scrutiny.
This can only end well. I'm adding my own to
And
it.
you can have a... Oh, never mind. You don't need it.
So.
You know exactly what the fuck happened. You walk outside, open it up, and you look up into the air to see Syl dangling out of the legs of one of those big carrier birds flying over the horizon.
Oh, shit.
Because you look at the ground, you look for animal tracks, you don't see anything. You realize you're on a raised highway. You look up, and there she is.
How high up in the air is she?
Cruising altitude.
Shit.
So in other words, if she falls, she's going to take like 12d10.
Yeah.
Well, crap.
Well, fuck. Call out for someone to use... Call out for someone to use the long... We're outside of the range of the interference at this point, question mark?
Yes.
Okay, someone... I'm going to yell at whoever's still in the tank to get on the fucking box and scramble some interceptors to our current location and try to look for a giant fucking bird. And I'll try to keep my eyes on it as quickly, you know, as much as I can, so I can tell them where it is, so we can know where it nests.
Done and done.
Well,
the message... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
To get my wings and try to follow it.
That's your prerogative. I'm not going to order
Conrad,
you to do that.
You do have one counterpoint to his argument.
Uh-huh.
Which is there's a reason why it's already so far gone. Those things fly as fast as aircraft.
Oh.
In a dive, they can breach the sound barrier, which is how Syl got grabbed and why none of you heard it.
Wouldn't we have heard a sonic boom?
No, it booms way up in the beginning of its dive.
Oh.
So yeah, scramble some interceptors so we can, you know, get an idea of where the hell it's going, please. And also do order them not to shoot the goddamn thing because she'll die.
Paul would go over and you would see a flight of about 4 interceptors and the Angel of Death cruise overhead in the same direction.
Of course.
Excellent.
Good.
That's done and dusted with.
Time to do a rest. Because they should be able to handle it.
Hopefully.
Not much we can do right now.
Just to let you know, Peppermint's already fallen asleep with Sentry Protocol on, running like while she's asleep.
Gotcha.
So she's literally like auto-aiming at anything that moves in the room, even though she's unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of slightly unnerving.
Wow.
That's...
So I assume everyone's just gonna bed down for the night.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a watch. I don't know if anybody else wants to.
Maybe would be forced to.
Why?
Because.
Who's forcing me?
Probably Conrad.
No.
I wasn't.
Alright, if you want to take the watch, that's fine, but you won't get a full rest if you just want to sit there and stare out into the night. I mean, the Skitarii can handle a lot of the guarding, but I feel like if nobody else would take watch, Conrad would just sit there all night on watch. You know?
Because Conrad's
I'm fine with
paranoid.
her.
So anyway. Night turns to morning, and the sun rises high enough that it's not freezing outside.
Joy.
Excellent.
And you're back on the road with a message left there in the Voxcaster on the tank about them recovering Syl,
Cool.
Excellent.
who's not in critical condition, but has broken one of her legs.
Again.
Again.
Excellent.
She's gonna have legs gonna have ceramite at this point.
We can get that done, you know.
But naturally.
So, the question I have to ask you guys is, I guess, where's your plan to go from here next?
Well, what's
Well, the
up
idea
now?
was to regroup with the scouts and figure out what they found out at my uncle's estate.
Right. So you're within driving distance of the rendezvous point.
Mhm.
Like, it's along the same highway, so you could drive there, but again, it is going to take a little while.
I'm going to ask if they're already waiting for us.
They're actually split up, still gathering intel, but they
Okay.
can all converge on the single location when you call them.
Okay. In that case, you know, continue doing your job until we make it to the rendezvous point, then we'll let you know when we're there, and then we'll hunker down and wait for you.
Okay. So, 18 hours go by with you guys driving. It's about how long the drive is on the highway to the meeting point.
Yikes.
Fatigue.
It's enough that it's nighttime by the time you guys roll into the designated rendezvous point, which is another similar built-in garage into another mountain.
Mm-hmm.
The information you'd receive, Conrad, is that one of the members is stationed there waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you would just have to give the coded knock on the door and he would open up.
I do so.
Okay, you remember your bald buddy from the resort mission?
Oh, buddy.
He actually throws open the door and goes, "Oh, shit.
Hello again.
Hello again."
So, what did you people find?
I'll call the rest back to give you the reports of their findings, but we've got a general intel cache over here, and he pulls you into like a manager's office that's being converted.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the wraparound desk where all of the computers and stuff would go is being replaced with like folding tables between them to make just one big massive planning table.
Uh-huh.
And on it is a satellite image of your uncle's estate and the grounds around it, with highlights of different possible enemy positions, snipers' nests, the standing amount of people on the estate ground, and of course, eyewitness video or pic of your uncle, said Baneblade, doing a patrol route.
Excellent.
Now, they don't know it's your uncle, they just report it as a Baneblade.
I did inform them that my uncle was a Baneblade before they left.
Oh, right. Okay, then they do know that. And you are like 30 minutes from said estate right now.
Oh, okay.
So this is pretty fresh intel. This isn't like 2 hours old or anything. And it should only take about 15 minutes for the rest of the crew to gather up.
Okay.
So yeah, 15 minutes pass, give or take, and 7 more guys show up, making it for the total team of 8 to be gathered here.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
And you basically get a top to bottom report of everything that's going on in the immediate 50 square mile radius.
Which is?
There's 2 Dark Eldar abominations that are currently beating the shit out of each other. Your uncle's forces are holding standard perimeter spots. There's a Dark Eldar observation team watching the estate, and your uncle himself patrolling the large square road that goes around the outside of his compound.
Have you attempted radio contact?
Any radio contact that's been attempted has either not been received or they just didn't answer.
Okay.
But they've made 3 attempts to contact them via a long-range Voxcaster, a short-range Voxcaster unit, like a backpack one, and getting like right up to almost too dangerously close distance and actually trying to hit them with a microbead.
Okay. Conrad is going
Either
to
they
take her
don't have
attempt.
boxes or they're not answering.
Well, Conrad's going to make her personal attempt at this point, because if we're 30 minutes away, we should be in long-range Vox range, correct?
Yes.
Conrad's going to make a general address over the radio, identifying herself as Conrad Novigrad. And she wants to know if anyone's on this channel.
Okay, so what you figure out when you stop talking that this other guy didn't know is judging by the static that you're getting back, the Vox is actually dead.
Gotcha.
You can
Okay, so
transmit
they don't
to the
have
channel,
Vox.
but there's nothing to actually receive it.
Okay. In that case, we do plan B. Do we have a banner anywhere?
A banner?
A flag. It's just a question.
None of Barnabas's crew do.
Right, because you're supposed to be stealthy or whatever.
Right.
Question.
Yes?
Surrounding area. Is there anything that could be looted and turned into a banner?
That's a good question.
Alright, let's...
There isn't a good old-fashioned Novgorodian flag anywhere, right?
I'll tell you what, make me, I guess, what the fuck would I even use for a check here? Intelligence, I guess?
Is it like a loot check? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
It'd be that or like a perception or something in that general nature.
Yeah, I guess probably perception would work better.
Alrighty. That's a 26.
Sterling's got it.
Well, you don't exactly find a whole flag, but you find a torn, scrapped war banner from one of the old lords of the planet.
This can only end well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually the family that Drake comes from. The Dracon
Okay.
is that dynasty. Go figure. Its banner is a dragon.
Well then,
How convenient.
I'm going to take it, and I am going to drop it in front of Glory.
Okay. Just to let
To
you
where
know,
it's going to be nice and visible on the front of the tank.
to let you know, Conrad, your uncle is also a dragon. He married into the family.
So hopefully he should be, and I'm going to be on top of the tank so they know that I'm human.
Right.
And we're going to approach the perimeter and see what happens.
The only one concern that the Baldy has is there's still a Dark Eldar, team out there watching everything.
Yes, and if they shoot at me, I assume that you're going to be able to counterfire. Yes?
We'll set up positions.
Excellent. Again, I have no worry about my uncle, because even if they shoot at me at first, I'm more than certain that we can work something out.
As long as you know the risks.
I'm well aware. And I do appreciate the tactical assessment.
Boss would be pretty pissed if you just died out here, so...
You sure? I think Barnabas would be relieved.
I don't
Probably,
think so.
maybe both.
One followed by the other. I don't know quite which order, but in either way. Good luck.
So they're going to disperse on foot so they can get into positions a little more stealthily,
Mm-hmm.
leaving about a half a dozen bikes lying around.
To ask Baldy, does he want me to wait a moment for them to set up proper positions before I make my move?
They should be in positions by the time you've actually come into contact with them.
So if I enter, by the time I'm in threat range, they should be good. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
But after they leave the garage door open.
Mm-hmm.
And while you guys are all getting ready and hopping onto the tank and stuff, you hear a bike engine start, and you see Peppermint peel out on one of their bikes.
Huh.
Where the fuck is she going?
You have no fucking idea.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
But just to iterate, she turns the opposite direction from where you guys are going.
It has a Vox on it. I Vox to her to ask her what the hell she's doing.
What you get back is actually a burst of binary.
Oh boy.
Okay, what does it translate as?
I forgot something really important.
Oh.
Can you define really important? I can get you an area escort.
It's not... Okay, it's really important, but it's underground, so an aerial escort won't do much.
I will get you there faster.
Maybe. But the entrance to the caves, well, they're everywhere. I could technically have gone in from that shop we were at, but
Didn't think about it. Try to stay in contact, please, and be sure you, before you go in, just tell me which one you're going in, because as soon as I'm done with my uncle, I'm coming after you. Assuming you aren't already back.
get the binaric equivalent of a thumbs up.
Excellent. All right, let's make contact. And also close the garage door.
Right, so you guys drive the tank out, close the door,
Mm-hmm.
and head out to your uncle's.
Tis the plan.
Right. So again, it's about a half-hour drive. By the time you get there, you get confirmation that the rest of Barnabas's team is in position. And you pull around a corner,
Uh-huh.
past a line of trees that dot along the side of the road. Anyway, when you turn the corner, you're actually face-to-face with the checkpoint and the Bane Blade.
Oh.
Guten Togen.
So, one of them would wave at you, reply your greeting, or bleh, relay the same greeting back to you.
Mm-hmm.
The tank doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
Naturally.
much motionless with the barrel tracking you.
Ain't that wonderful.
How are you today, fine gentlemen? And also uncle?
Well, I guess we could probably use more decent food, but it's not that bad of a day.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out and approach them on foot.
So yeah, as you hop out, you hear the Vox speakers on the Bane Blade crackle to life.
Uh-huh.
And you hear a much more synthetic voice than it was last time you saw your uncle address you.
What does it say?
He goes, "Ah, my lovely, lovely niece. Come to finish what your father started?"
Is that supposed to insinuate that I'm going to kill you?
No, I'm insinuating that you're going to do whatever you want to this planet, good or bad.
If I mostly mean rebuild and get the people out of that shithole of a space station up above, but besides that, I don't have that many plans.
Hmm. Well, a few things have happened while you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
To give you the short and dirty of it, the Dark Eldar have moved into your old house.
Called it.
Hive Spire Novigrad is the home of a webway portal.
Blow the fuck out of that.
Thankfully, it's not active right now, as the Raiders only actually activate it when they need to travel back to Kamarok.
And right now they're busy dicking around.
Yes.
Excellent.
Matter
Do you have
of
any idea
fact,
about?
it's a little like secret. Like the Dark Eldar don't know that the Imperials on Hell know that they have a webway portal. So please
Right.
keep that a secret. You
Sure.
never know who could be listening or watching. Then you literally see one of your uncle's spawn soon snap to the Dark Eldar position on the hill.
Yes, quite. I have my own little boys, as it were, watching them because I was expected to be assassinated. It hasn't happened yet.
That's because the ones on hill watching duty over there are just children.
Suitably Dark Eldar.
It doesn't count as a war crime if they're Xeno, right?
I don't believe so. So
Well,
are you staying
neither
for
way.
long?
Long enough to reconstruct this planet to a suitable degree.
Oh no, I just meant the Dracon estate.
Ah, unfortunately, a friend of mine who should be dead decided to run off again, so I have to go chase her down. So, preferably not really.
The lovely Miss Peppermint?
Correct.
Huh. You know, she ran out of here not too long ago before she finished the project she was working on.
What project would that be?
Well, as you can tell, the shell's getting kind of old.
Ah, I see.
So I was looking to upgrade, and you'll never guess what we found laying in the sub-basement of your father's old spire.
I don't know, an abominable intelligence?
No. A set of dreadnought armor.
What?
That doesn't surprise me. Did you
So
know that
yeah,
I was a
your
junior, by the
uncle.
way?
Hmm?
Did you know that I was a junior?
You finally unraveled the mystery of your past, huh?
Apparently.
That makes this a lot easier, and you hear a snap sound come over the Vox, like your uncle's
Uh-huh.
Vox. And immediately, all of the guards that are by him all pass out. And you all have to make a not very challenging. I think that's not what it's called.
Very hard.
No, the one that gives you a +10.
Oh,
Oh, ordinary.
yeah.
Yes, an ordinary willpower check.
Ah, crap.
Wunderbar.
Ah, crap.
Do I have to roll if I'm already unconscious?
No,
You're
Sil,
not here.
You're in space.
you're on the
avoiding
Apollyon with a busted leg.
Oh,
You got birded. You didn't bird up.
Bird up.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, who passed that?
All right, I spend a fate.
I'm gonna spend a fate too because why not? I passed that with flying colors now.
Wow. So the only person he didn't want to knock out is the person who got knocked out.
Yeah.
Can someone stim me, please?
Laura uses a dose of stim to wake up Conrad.
Conrad's awake.
And groggy as hell. Joy.
So as soon as you snap awake, you hear your uncle's voice laughing. And it slowly gets less and less synthetic before you see the withered husk of your uncle pop open the top half of the tank, specifically the driver's hatch.
I didn't know you could move, old man.
Just to let you know, he's got a shit ton of wires and tubes and everything running all over his body. Arms, legs, chest, down his throat, through his mouth and nose.
Uh-huh.
And when he speaks, it's, again, synthetic, but it's from the box on the outside of the tank. He says, "Oh, I couldn't move for a while, but I found this fascinating little artifact when I was digging through the ruins of this planet."
Uh-huh, something that I'm sure my father stole or robbed or did something else unspeakable to obtain.
No, it was something he was given. A gift.
A bribe.
No. A gift. From your, well, grandfather at this point?
Aren't they the same? Never mind. Oh, wait, no, what the fuck? What is it?
So, he kind of pulls open his coat
Uh-huh.
to show you a primitive device that looks like a soul gem, right?
Uh-huh.
Like a soul stone. That's kind of being hardwired directly into his chest compartment. And beating inside it is soul that is alight with the insignia of, what the fuck are they called? The Night Hunters? Is that the name? I think that's the right name, right?
The Night,
Night
Lords?
Lords, if you're talking about the Legion.
Yeah. Night Lords, that's the one.
Yeah, Night Haunter is Conrad Kurz's alternative personality.
Right.
Ain't nothing alternative about it.
It's a Night Lord's original Legion icon.
Nice.
Well, that's not terrifying at all.
It's pretty dope.
Yes, it's allowed me a measure of, well, freedom. I still can't disconnect myself from this machine, but I think I'm strong enough now I could be moved to a new one. Hence why your friend Peppermint was here. But she's flighty, that one, and ran off after, a few days.
Yes, quite.
Hard to pin that one down, just so you know. He closes the tank back up.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to assume that these lovely... Are these men flesh and blood, or are they somehow connected to you?
Hmm?
Your soldiers here.
Oh, they're the remains of my estate guard. And by remains, I mean literal remains.
Ah, I see. Well, if you so choose, if there's something involving a dreadnought, I have a tech marine in my service these days.
Well, the one problem Peppermint said about it is the model is so old that she doubted anybody even had the knowledge to work with it.
Well, either him or who he used to work for can most certainly accomplish it. So I'll have him at least take a cursory look,
All right.
if you're fine with it.
It's in the back of the vehicle bay if you want to take a picture of it or something for reference.
Well, either way, for the time being, I'm going to see if I can hunt down Peppermint.
Good luck. Like I said, she's a runner, that one.
Tell me about it. I'm going to radio to Baldy, by the way. That first contact went well. And at this point, we're probably just going to pull back. Unless, is there any targets that he thinks that really need to be reconnaissance?
Nothing that his team can't handle over the next little while.
Okay.
So you're gonna double back and go back in toward where Peppermint gave you the coordinates.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, just to let
Also,
you know.
during that... Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that somewhere in there, I would also like to radio up to the Apollyon to get hold of Malchazetic to see what if he happens to know all that much of the ancient dreadnought models.
Okay. I will get to that in a moment. The one thing I just want to tell you guys is the coordinate she chose is actually a tunnel wide enough you can fit the Lehman Russ down it.
Excellent.
It was an old munitions supply line through the mountains, so it's big enough to fit a Baneblade.
Excellent.
Anyway, so you would relay that message on the Apollyon. And well, we're on the topic of the Apollyon. Sil.
Nah.
So you're in the medical bay. You know, your leg's all cast up again. You broke it. You got kidnapped by a bird and it dropped you from about 50 feet up. When
Oh.
one of the ship's interceptors came really close to hitting it by accident and it got scared and dropped you.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy, that pilot is currently sitting in a cell, but it wasn't you who arrested him. It was actually the rest of your warden team. But anyway, you're sitting there in Gord's medical bay, and you're dying because you know the team's down there on doing something, and you're not there with them, right?
Right.
And Gord, you hear Gord step into the next room and close the door behind him. A moment later, the main door opens, and you hear someone cross over to where you are and pull the curtains open. And the head that pokes in is Malice. He just whispers to you, "Jailbreak?
Jailbreak?
Jailbreak!"
Okay.
He then screams, "Jailbreak!" at the top of his lungs. Grabs you, gives you a crutch, and flings you out the door, at the same time tossing a flashbang in behind him as Gord exits the room he was in, going, "What fucking jailbreak?" And the door closes and you hear the flash grenade go off.
That's one
The
hell
new
of a
Malice was
jailbreak.
chaotic neutral.
Malice is now grinning like a schoolboy as he helps you sneak along through your own ship, I might add.
Wait, why are we
All the
sneaking?
way. Because, not allowed to leave the medical bay.
But who are they going to get to stop me?
Well, Sun had the idea of posting guards out of your quarter. I said that probably wouldn't work.
Oh, okay.
I
Let's
decided the
continue
best
sneaking.
solution would be to avoid a fight altogether and just get you off the ship before somebody decides they want to pick a fight with you.
Fair enough. I'm not going to argue. Oh, kind of down a leg.
Yeah. Because in absence of Conrad, Gord is single-handedly the scariest guy on this ship.
Ah. So I need to get out of here quickly. Okay.
So, yeah, you guys start sneaking through your own damn ship. You
Yeah.
get all the way into the hangar bay. You get loaded up in the Angel of Death's transport. And as you're coming out and heading back down toward the planet, you kind of just glance out the window, right? Just because there's nothing better to look at. And you see the Pax Romania translate into the system.
Zoop.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see it pull a big-ass warp rift come out of it.
Huh. So that's what that looks like. I just thought it was like, they just kind of poof.
Alice, who got on with you, kind of shrugs and goes, I don't know. I always assumed it was kind of like portals or something.
At least it's not a giant explosion.
Right. And just to let you know, he has a blinged out gold arm that's like very bulky and very human in design.
Ah, so that's why you didn't want the spare.
Yeah, it's a little too shiny for a war zone.
You know what solves shininess, huh?
Mud.
I was going to say the blood of your enemies, but yeah.
Eh, it'll probably be covered in both soon enough.
Yeah. Okay, so I get everything that just happened, but why is it you who did it? I thought you were like by the books.
Um. Okay, you want the 100% truthful answer?
Sure.
I was dying of fucking boredom.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Here you guys are like having an amazing adventure on a dead planet, and I'm stuck up in orbit doing paperwork every fucking time.
Well,
It's time, damn it!
not this time. Just be prepared. There's giant birds and small rats that scream very, very loud. And that's all I've encountered.
Hmm. So he mutters something under his breath that'll take a scrutiny check
roll.
here, or I guess perception.
I have that, but it's not the best.
Here we go.
I'm not tagging the bot.
Damn it.
Oh.
You catch nothing. You hear him muttering something about rats.
Rat.
I tried to bite one and it started screaming, and then the rest of them started screaming.
We've been getting reports on fauna from the scout team. Everything either is equipped to kill something 2 to 3 times bigger than it, or, well, everything kills. It's a dangerous place.
Yeah, it's a cycle of, defending oneself and hunting. Although I'm surprised this place is more civilized than my home was.
Oh, hey, look, there's Glory.
What?
The hatch opens up and you guys are actually cruising right above Glory.
Oh.
I'm gonna hobble my way to jump out.
I'm gonna immediately, at this point, probably try to yell over the Genos. Excuse me, but what the fuck?
Jailbreak!
Okay, well, don't break your leg again. Land. I'm gonna stop the tank.
So, wait, Laura's driving though.
Yeah.
I order Laura to stop the tank.
I will stop the tank.
Okay, so, sudden stop. The cargo lifter carrying Syl and Malice starts off ahead of you before slowing down, coming around. And hovering above the tank so that Syl and Malice can just step off and onto the top.
I'm gonna do a tiny little hop. Pretend I jump.
I'll be back in a sec.
Gonna hop onto the tank. Malice would do the same. And like that, the Angel of Death is gone.
Yeah.
It's so gonna get in trouble when she gets back.
When doesn't she?
I don't know, but she's getting a pardon this time. Jailbreak. Yeah.
So,
Whoa.
Jordan had to step away for a second, so this is a perfect time for Malice to, stare at Laura for 30 seconds and be like, those are new.
Yes. Waves a Mega Dendrite at him.
Waves in Mechadendrite.
What?
Waves
Waves
in
in
Mechadendrite.
Waves a Mega Dendrite. Yes. Specifically the optical, so I'm not waving a cutting tool at his face.
Did I miss anything important? Is
No,
Conrad
not
zoned out?
really.
Excellent.
Is Syl
No,
okay?
Yeah, Sill's got a cast and everything over her leg, but
I was
they still.
I was actually asking because I heard the scream.
Oh, I dropped my phone.
It's fine.
They still.
Yeah,
Could you roll me a strength check, please?
absolutely.
Pause.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Laura's
what?
like, Sill, are you okay? Sill looks down, flexes her leg, and the cast breaks. And she goes, yep, I'm okay.
Cut. Examines leg with optical mechadendrite because what the fuck?
I told you, her bones are going to be made of ceramite at this rate.
Ew, get that away from me. Gonna kick at the optical mechadendrite.
Snaps it back before she can kick. Cause fuck you, cracking
like
the
it.
lens.
I
Well,
like
let's
it.
try not to stare at it, yeah?
So, Conrad,
Uh-huh.
while you guys were all fooling around, Malice snuck into the commander hatch seat. He's sticking out the top like you normally do.
I will punch you in your fucking dick.
Isn't that what he
To
wants?
do this,
Excuse me?
he literally pulls the "Drive Me Closer" line out.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Hey, Malice,
By
did I
the
ever tell
way-
you that I have climbing equipment in my right hand and that it involves hooks? Ever mentioned that to you? It's really interesting.
So,
Conrad,
By
He's
the
getting out of my
way,
seat.
can you give
Yes.
him just this one? Just this
He's,
one.
he said the line. What do you want, Sil?
I went ahead and cleared him for. I took the initiative and said he could come along because he said he was bored and sick of being forced to do paperwork. As long as he helps me cook one of the local wildlife.
That seems fair.
as you say,
but-
Coke Wildlife, he drops down and goes, wait, that wasn't in our contract.
It is now, you dumbass. I'm going to get back in my chair.
I'm altering the contract. Pray I don't alter it further.
So he gets, like, kind of red in the face for a minute. It looks like he wants to say something, but then he realizes, gets the better of himself, and kind of calms down.
And besides, I mean, all we have to do is find enough screamers in a small enough pack that one tank shell will take them out.
Or, we could just find something big enough that I can just kill it and, I'll cook it because I'm the one who wants to fucking eat it.
That too.
I was making
Anyway.
that part. I made that last part up.
We have places to be, people, before Penny, fucking Peppermint gets herself killed. I can speak English.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Off we
where'd you
go.
go? How do you lose a floating electrical person?
She gets on a motorcycle and drives away at very high speeds.
But she doesn't have legs. How'd she do that?
I mean, she can still sit on it. Or just, have it off to the side and just glide along.
That's cheating.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, strap yourselves.
Speaking of which, I give Malice a rough description of what Peppermint looks like for future reference.
Thumbs up. So, because you stole the seat he wanted, he's gonna stick his head out of the open gunner hatch.
There you go.
And stand there and mimic the exact same arms crossed commander style you have going on.
Like a mini-me, is what I tell him.
He mutters something again.
Can I scrutiny it?
Yes, yes, you can.
Haha.
Nope.
So, he mutters something about how his great-grandfather was able to start an entire crusade, but he can't take the commander's spot of a single tank.
That's because you're trying to take my commander's spot, okay?
I mean,
I tell you what, if it wasn't for the fact that we're trying to save a good friend of mine, then I'd let you have it, okay? But this is too important right now.
I'm just saying, my family name ain't worth shit anymore.
Do you want the gunner's seat?
No, I'm good here.
Okay.
Hey, at least your family name isn't, attached to a mass murderer. Who isn't glorified for his deeds,
Do
okay?
you even know what my last name is?
Maybe?
I thought
You
it was
don't,
Malice.
do you? Also, there's a cat fight happening out back behind my place. If you hear cats fighting, that's what it is. Anyway,
No, what is your last name?
Macarius or Macarius?
Oh
Is that how you say it?
no!
I don't know who that is.
Lord General of the Guard, like couple. The thing is, actually, a while ago now.
What did he do?
Started another crusade that got all the way to the edge of the galaxy.
Sounds like a right cunt.
Jesus, Sil.
I'm sure if you looked his name up in any of the archives that the Ministorum has, you'd find him. His name's somewhere. Solar Lord Macarius.
Oh, that guy!
Lord.
Yes. He was my great-great-grandfather or something along those lines. The
It would make sense
great-great-great-grandfather.
It would make sense he had children.
Well, either way it goes, we roll on and hope the
Yeah.
giant birds don't attack us.
You're in a tunnel, so...
Excellent.
So wait, Malice, we're just here to. You can make a new name for yourself, become a liberator. I mean, after we're done here, we're gonna go liberate my planet.
And besides that, everyone here already thinks you're my boyfriend.
You're into men?
I think Conrad
What is that
likes
supposed to
both.
mean?
I think Conrad likes both. Stop. It's okay, son.
I always assumed that you just liked, not men.
I don't know, Malice might be an exception. Typically, you're right.
Malice, why haven't you made a move yet?
Okay.
How's he doing over there?
He's literally stood up on the between the hatch and the front lip of the tank,
Uh-huh.
and he goes, "Yeah, I'm not having this conversation right now." And
Okay, then.
you see his whole arm turn blue, and he dashes off through the air in a flash of blue and white lightning.
Of course he
That's cheating!
What a bitch.
So, Conrad, why haven't you made a move yet?
You don't think I have been?
Well, no.
How much more clear signposting than I can do than having him right there and saying he might be the exception?
I don't know. Do what I did and just straight up say it. Wait, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, you haven't!
Maybe that's why the courting is... Well, no, it's still going well. It's just... I'm very confused now, but the point is, don't be a bitch.
Let's find Peppermint and get out of here.
So, as you say, let's find Peppermint and get out of here. Turn a corner, and you come into a large loading bay.
Of course.
And Conrad, you know exactly what this loading bay is for as soon as you come into it.
Uh-huh.
This is an ammo chute for the cannon at the top of the mountain.
What the hell could she want here? Ordnance?
So in the
For a
back,
stellar
in
cannon?
one of the hollowed out shells,
Uh-huh.
there's actually like a little makeshift house that's being made.
This is where
You can
Malice
see
learned it
Malice
is...
rolling up
Okay.
the door.
She's going to shoot you!
As you scream that, he knocks on the door, right?
Uh-huh.
Peppermint opens it, and her mechadendrites are all holding stuff, and she's got stuff in her hands.
Mm-hmm.
So she literally opens it with the magnetic control of the lumen capacitors.
Mm-hmm.
And when she does, she drops everything.
I'm gonna keep screaming, he's with us, don't shoot!
Well, you managed to stop her from firing more than 3 shots. Yeah,
Mhm.
Malice has been shot a couple times now.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
Hey, look, I'm not the only one who gets injured on our adventures.
Laura, if you'd be so kind as to make sure our majesty here, Macarius doesn't bleed out, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, it's alright. Give me a second. Goes and deals with him. Alright, let's see how bad it actually is first. With a
Make me a Medicaid check.
that is a pass with my bonuses.
So, pretty simple procedure, but the thing that really bugs you is when you get to the step where you're supposed to stop the bleeding after you've pulled the bullets out, Malice just goes, "Oh, there's no need to. I already stopped it."
Oh. I'm rolling something to see if Laura realizes something. I don't realize
Wow.
shit. Brain completely blanks for like 30 seconds.
So what is Peppermint here collecting exactly?
Well, what she just dropped all on the ground was actually a shitload of like boxes full of keepsakes, mementos.
Going to help her rearrange everything.
Yeah, it's all pics and stuff. Malice, who is, all despite being recently shot, also trying his best to help.
Such a gentleman.
And the one thing that you notice right off the bat is Peppermint refuses to look at him.
You're alright, Peppermint.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm gonna go on binary and I'm just gonna say that sounds like a lie.
Mm,
I'm gonna look at Malice just to be sure of something and go, can you understand binary in binary?
he kind of gives you this weird look and kind of shrugs, like, I don't speak robot.
Give him the okay hand. And I'm gonna go, you can say it. You know, he's got 2 brain cells and neither are devoted to complex language, I promise you that much.
It's just been a while since I've seen other people, I guess.
Uh-huh. Well, in either case, he may be an idiot, but he's a good-hearted one. So, don't be too hard on him if you can manage it.
He's a good-hearted guy and totally wasn't contemplating executing people to lessen his boredom.
For a commissar, that's still pretty good.
Right? At least he's got a reason to execute people.
So, we get all her keepsakes together. We load them up.
Right. And she has one thing to give to you.
What is it?
A keyring. The keyring that you gave to her upon that fateful night of escape.
No fucking way.
The keys to your grounds. So you
How the
have
hell-
a key for every door in Spire Novigrad now.
I have not even the slightest clue how you had all this shit. You know that?
I've had a few years to gather it all up.
Great, now I'm going to have to show you people what my old room looked like, and it's going to be embarrassing. It'll be terrible.
You don't have to. You could just keep it locked.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, Conrad, your really juicy room is in your family's summer estate. And thankfully,
Aha.
you don't think anybody's gonna go there.
Little
Hopefully.
does she know.
That's where all your bad, super secret stuff is.
Hold on.
Hey, Ren, how come my leg's not broken anymore?
I was going to try and find that out, but you told me to stop looking.
Don't touch me with your fucking
I didn't
tentacles.
touch you with it.
Yeah, but you got really... It's gross.
That is a good question, Sil. I don't want to question it.
Just to let you know, Laura, you can use your Auspex to scan Syl.
I am
For
going
like
to.
broken bones and stuff.
I'm gonna do that. Oh god, tech use, right.
What did I miss?
So, Laura is just Auspexing Syl's leg to figure out the mystery of how is your leg not broken?
There we go.
Dorn himself came down and hit it with a hammer. He was just invisible at the time.
Anyway, the Auspex reading you would get back, Laura, is all of her bone structure is actually kind of... Well, it's still in the process of like kind of reweaving itself together in like a kind of overlaying cloth pattern
Oh.
to,
But...
you know, kind of regenerate the parts of the leg that were fractured, as it wasn't a complete solid break. It was just a couple minor fractures that led to people believing that it was a total break.
But... There's a button there.
It's regenerating. That's all there is to it.
Probably
If
much
she were to
different.
take another hit to the leg, she'd basically be back at square one right now, but it's strong enough to support her weight even at a full run. But if she gets hit once in the leg, it's right back to square one with the broken leg. So, that's that. Done and dusted.
Excellent.
Peppermint got her things. Malice got the adventure he wanted, aka getting shot 3 times.
Gonna ask him if that gave him the thrill he was looking for.
He kind of shrugs a little bit.
Hoping to actually kill something, were you?
Kind of. I mean, the way this planet looks from orbit, it seems like everything would try to kill you.
Looks can be deceiving, eh?
No.
So, you guys exit out through the way you came.
Uh-huh.
And, it's at this moment that you finally get, Vox contact back in range.
What's gone horribly wrong?
There's a repeating message on your channel that, the Pax Romania has finally translated into the system, and the troops are getting ready to put boots on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that.
It's fine. Well then. I am going to go ahead and radio up to the Apollyon and the station and, you know, whoever else, basically asking if it's necessary for us to go up there and make any executive decisions.
There's no real rush for you to come back to the Apollyon or the station as of yet, but if you wish, you can.
Okay.
But there's nothing that's really pressing that needs your attention right now.
Well, I'm going to look at the party, including our 2 extra NPCs, and basically be like, well, the way I see it is that we go ahead, we link up back with the scouts, and we all get out of here. Unless the scouts want to stay and continue scouting. Because I don't think there's much help we can be at this point, because we hit our objective. And I don't think there's anything else particularly for us to do. Unless you want to crash at my uncle's estate. until the invasion force gets here.
Your uncle kind of scares me.
Is that Peppermint? Yeah,
Yes.
Peppermint.
Yes.
Why does he scare you, dear?
Nobody in a condition like that should be able to even move, let alone pilot a tank with a MIU.
Yes, he has a rather extraordinary piece of technology that is one of my father's possessions, shall we say.
There's enough weird tech on this planet to go around.
Yes, it's like it runs in the family or something. I tap my arm.
Are you gonna go collect the scouts?
Yep.
Everybody
again-
okay with that plan?
Let's go do it.
Sure.
Sure.
Most of them.
So
are
this
gonna
is
have
playing
to
Crash at my uncle's, or what?
Right. You know what? You know what? Sure. What's the worst that could happen?
So this is playing Crash at my uncle's?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could always go crash at your place since you got the keys back.
That would require us to deal with the Dark Eldar there, which is what the invasion force is for.
Gonna eat him.
I'm sure we will, Sil.
Oh wait, I can't eat him. Annihilation is asleep.
Ah, right. Redden, what do you think?
I agreed already.
To plan going to my uncle's, because I posed 2 separate plans and everyone said yes.
Oh, I didn't hear the second one.
Yeah, it's
We're
either go to
gonna
my
go-
uncle's or we go back to orbit.
I feel like we'd waste time going back to orbit.
Okay. Malice, do you have an opinion to meeting my family?
I mean, this is gonna be great.
You ever wanted to talk to a Baneblade?
Hmm. If it's anything like talking to a dreadnought, then it's gonna be a very short conversation.
I think he's a bit more talkative than that. He's not a space marine after all. And we're going to start heading off.
A what?
So, once again, 180 and drive toward your uncle's estates.
Speaking of which, did Melchizedek ever give me an answer about whether or not he is particularly knowledgeable about dreadnought armor?
Yes, you would have got a message back with the Pax Romania auto repeat message.
Uh-huh.
Which is, oh yeah, no, it's not like mechanized armor is my thing or anything.
Gonna radio
Advice.
back. He's on the Apollyon or the Pax Romania?
He's currently on the Apollyon.
Gonna radio to the Apollyon and ask to be patched to wherever the hell he is.
You're patched into him.
Gonna go, alright, Melchizedek. I don't need the fucking sass, okay? I know you're good. I just, need confirmation every now and again.
I thought his thing was being violently angry.
Look, you can't
Oh.
graduate Mechanicus College with very angry as your PhD.
Yeah, I tried that. It didn't work.
I had to specialize in something, and well, at the time, they really needed Titan mechanics, so...
Alright then, well, apparently my uncle has himself a ancient version, well, some kind of really old dreadnought armor sitting in his basement that he would like to get repaired so he can get in something besides a Baneblade. Would you
Ooh,
like to take a
boy.
look-sees?
I'll head down on the next shuttle.
Appreciate it.
By the way, everybody up here is waiting for your go-ahead.
As soon as they're coordinated with the Pax Romania, They can begin landing.
A tactical plan was drawn up if you'd like to hear it.
Of course.
The Guard will be running their usual, standard, how do I put it, formation,
Mm-hmm.
with support from the Clan of Wonders vehicles as a mechanized detachment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're basically going to be rolling around the Clan of Wonder as their vehicle support, as the Guard have no vehicles of their own.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I just realized something that we could probably do. How far away is Spire Novigrad from the estate?
It's about a 6-hour drive.
Within box range.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so besides the general plan, they're just going to basically, I imagine we're going to go with an overwhelming force thing here. Which is, say, we're just going to hit the Spire with everything we got quickly.
Yeah,
So the Dark Eldar can't respond.
The plan is to hit the main, use the main force to create a large diversion, while the group of Barnabas's scouts and you guys actually infiltrate the Hive Spire and disable its defenses, allowing the guard and the clan to breach the structure.
Okay. That sounds good enough to me. How's Alervian doing?
So he finally kind of came to and muttered something about how he's the one that eats souls when Syl was talking.
Are you awake, Prince Charming?
5 more minutes.
You don't have 5 minutes. You've been asleep for like a month, a week, several.
5 more
Something
minutes.
like that.
Oh.
We're fighting your kinsman, Alervian. Or we're going to be.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. So this is the shithole you call home?
Yes, quite. I can't wait to see what birthing tube you fell out of eventually.
Huh. Huh. Like they'd let me back in Kamarog.
Don't worry, we'll just go back in time before you got kicked out. But yes, I just figured that you might be useful in this.
Well, I can give you tactical advice, but the way your old man rooted around inside my noggin, I doubt I'll be able to flip the switch.
Hopefully it won't be necessary. To ask you, by the way, Lurvian, how common is it for your raiding parties to learn Low Gothic?
We usually have at least a few members who are pretty low on the totem pole designated to jobs like observation and translation.
Right. Conrad's going to do something.
A few of them.
When we get in range of the Spire, Conrad's actually going to go through and see if any of the old Vox channels are still receiving, and the Spire.
There's only one that's still receiving a signal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because that's the main Vox receiver for the Hive, and it can't get turned off unless you actually turn the main power to the Hive off.
Right. Which
and
obviously
the Eldari
Drukhari
kind of
don't
need
want
that
to do.
on to power their webway gate, so...
Right. Well, Conrad's going to do something.
Oh?
Conrad's going to speak through it and see if anybody answers, because she's curious.
Can you roll me a fellowship check?
I absolutely can. I'm going to fake that. That's better.
Okay. So, after a little while, somebody picks up the other end of the Vox set.
Mm-hmm.
You hear hello?
Mother of God, someone actually answered this thing.
Who is this?
Some adventurous souls who understand that that spire over there is inhabited.
Inhabited by...
Well, judging by some of the things I've seen up to this point, I would assume Drukhari.
Mostly Drukhari.
Then who the hell are you?
One very pissed off legionnaire.
Wait a second, as in Space Marine?
Yes. You know, the Space Marine Legions.
How are you here? Why are you here? Who are you?
My name's Raphael. I'm a member of the 3rd Company of the Blood Angels Legion.
Okay, Raphael, what year is it?
Last time I checked my chrono, the 32nd millennium?
I will correct you. It is the 41st millennium. Congratulations, you have somehow been caught in a temporal anomaly. I will now recorrect what I told you. I am Conrad Novigrad of the Ordo Chronos.
Well, that explains why everything looks like hell.
Right? Also, do spare me some of the insults. This place used to be home. Particularly that spire you're in.
Well, this is kind of awkward.
Tell me about it. Do you know about what floor you're on?
Uh, I don't know, 55, I think, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Just so you're aware, we're going to be assaulting that area in not too long. And I'll do everything in my power to ensure that we are able to intercept you.
So it is. Box me when you're in position.
Joy.
And like a space marine, he just hangs up. It's at this point that, Peppermint asks, what's the Ordo Chronos?
Us.
The branch of the Inquisition that your dear old friend got herself dragged into.
It's got time stuff.
Let's be frank, you probably should have put together that either I was a member of the Inquisition or I would have been executed by this point.
Ian's in that kind of like dead processing state. Like, you've seen this look on her face before. She's mind blown.
Do you need Trank again?
What, you people are the Time Inquisition then?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes we are.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is.
Alice shrugs and is like, basically.
It gets weird. It gets quite strange.
So yeah, Peppermint's gonna throw all of her arms and mechadendrites up in the air and be like, well, this can't get any weirder.
Sure,
Don't
it
Just
can.
wait.
Ever say that.
Just
Yes.
Just wait.
Congratulations.
Conrad. Should
Yes,
we tell
Laura.
her?
Tell her what?
Yes.
Whatever it
Weird
is,
things.
whatever it is, don't. Because she's
Do it.
already at her limit.
It
I don't
can
want to
wait-
drive my dear friend insane, please.
It can wait until you're calmer. Let's put it like that.
There you go. Much better.
Regardless, congratulations. It's only going to get worse from here just by you saying that.
Now there's going to be, a small army of Necrons under the Hive Spire while we're at it. Or something else absolutely inane.
Should we call Chasm?
Oh, I should have brought.
No, we're not going to call Chasm.
I should have brought Carol's.
You know what? That might have actually been a good idea.
I mean,
Yeah, he's
would
probably
be
So
rather
you guys
useful.
are bullshitting on the highway on the way over to Hivespire and Overgrad right now, or are you guys
I
still
thought
The
we were
plan
residing in-
was to go. Yeah, the plan was to go to the estate first and actually spend some time with my uncle before the actual assault kicks off and all that good stuff.
Right. Then you would be at the estate at this point.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Same checkpoint, same dudes. They wave you in. Your uncle is not here.
He's patrolling somewhere.
No, your boy came down.
Ah, I see.
They're currently in the vehicle bay running measurements and, seeing if the systems are compatible and things like that.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, I'm going to head over there. I don't know who's coming with me.
Well, Malice is up for it because you're the one who's like, hey, you want to meet my family?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Remind me that when we find her, you have to talk to my mom, too.
I mean, we could always stay here and let you two have a date.
That's your prerogative.
Alice, I'm throwing you a fucking bone here.
Oh, Peppermint, do you want to meet a tech marine?
The last tech marine I met tried to rip out my capacitors.
Why?
I mean, this one
She's not
hasn't.
exactly standard issue.
Fair.
To be fair, the one that Conrad's talking about hasn't tried to kill me yet.
Or me.
But he tried to kill me.
That's because you clotheslined him.
He deserved it. He tried to stop my fucking fight pit.
It's called a mosh pit.
Look,
Anyway, do you want to come or not? I promise you that he won't try to harm you.
This could only end well.
Malice and who else is going?
Peppermint make a decision?
It's like, fuck that.
Okay.
Just bring Mephisetic gear then.
So what, she can jump on my bike and then ride off into the sunset again.
Hide the bike.
Tell you what, Redden, you have a job now.
What?
Hide the bike.
That's simple.
Just take the wheels off of it.
Even better.
She could.
Good luck with that.
probably
Remember, you break my bike, I kill you.
You do know she's a
What?
tech priest, right? It's Malice who's talking. She could probably fix anything you guys tried to do to, sabotage
Disable
the bike.
Not if I tie her down like we did the captain when she had a panic attack.
Could you just leave my friend alone?
But she's got to be properly introduced to the world she's in now.
Nah, that's for later.
I've got a hazer. We haven't
Oh
had
my
a proper
dear
hazing in
God.
months.
Peppermint, this is your last chance to change your mind before I'm forced to leave you with these people.
He literally gives you the same no way, Jose.
Alright, fine, I'm not responsible for what my crew does without me being here to tell them no.
You get 3 thumbs up.
Alright, let's go, Malice.
Oh boy. So Malice and Conrad wander off to go meet the uncle that is being interned in a dreadnought.
Oh god.
Mhm.
Why is it so hard to get her to do things without the rest of us?
I kind of want to go and see the dreadnought, but at the same time, I'm also curious about Peppermint.
No, it's
She
a,
literally knelt down and is drawing circles in the dirt with her mechadendrite.
what's that?
Huh.
It's how I calm down.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it works.
Yeah, I was joking about the whole hazing thing. I was just trying to get the captain to leave faster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't actually have a plan for that. And I figured, you need time to calm down before we try to do any sorts of recruitment.
Mm,
What, did you want to be hazed?
not really.
Oh, okay.
Living on this planet alone was hazing enough, I think.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions that I might be able to answer now that the captain can't tell me no?
Not really. I guess. Where's the bathroom? I haven't showered in, I don't know, 3 months. I probably stink pretty badly.
On that note, Laura is going to find the closest estate guard that's still around.
Okay, it doesn't take you long to wander up to one of them.
And I'm going to ask that exact question for Peppermint.
Which one?
The
Bathroom.
shower.
Where's the
The
nearest
shower.
bathroom?
Okay. You get pointed to the bathhouse.
Peppermint? I know where a shower is.
Yay!
Laura is.
Oh wait, this isn't an estate. They have a bathhouse.
Yep. Yep. It's much fancier.
God,
than
those
my
things are
girl,
so awkward to bathe in. I mean, who needs a whole pool as a bath?
They have a
Rich
pool?
people.
At least it's better than general hive accommodations.
There's a pool?
The bathtub is the pool.
Yeah.
I haven't been swimming in it forever.
Then go have fun.
Yeah, so the last time you swam was literally the last time you were fishing on your home planet,
I'm gonna go swimming.
which was like negative 40-degree water, you know?
Alright.
Yeah.
And Laura leads the way to the bathhouse because she's the one that actually got the directions for it.
Okay, leaving Redden all alone.
Yep.
If Redden
So
tries
still
to
Lauren
follow,
Peppermint is gonna go
all
have
I have
that.
to, if Redden tries to follow, all I have to do is remind him of Shade.
Oh, he's not gonna try to follow. If anything, he's gonna go in the opposite direction.
Yeah, no, Redden, you'd find just a nice quiet spot to sit down. And the second you do, Magnus would appear right beside you in the same kind of thonk pose.
Oh, of
Hmm.
course.
Something doesn't feel right.
In which sense?
I don't know. I just have this feeling in my gut like something's not right.
Well, thanks to Peppermint, something bad's going to happen because she said the words. I think we got time.
I don't know. I just don't trust this whole deal. Something just doesn't feel right. The warp feels wrong here.
I would assume so with Dark Eldar running around.
No, it's not your usual Dark Eldar fuckery. It's fundamental.
Maybe
Something or
Space
somebody
Marine.
is experiencing an emotion at its most extreme levels.
Well, your brother did used to rule this planet for generations.
Yes, I can smell his bloodshed. No, this is, I think, something. I don't know, maybe it's ingrained into the planet itself.
Maybe
But
it is the planet.
something just doesn't feel right.
Impending
So
sense
what
of
do you
doom.
want to do about it?
Me? Oh, I'm gonna be your second shadow for, the rest of the time you're on the planet. So if something bad does go wrong, you don't die.
Eh.
And there's nobody down here who can complain about my form right now, so shut the fuck up.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Good.
If anything, just to pass time, how do I play Regicide?
Okay, so you're gonna have to make an int check because Malice is now just gonna duel you in Regicide until there's nothing better to do or something else comes up.
Oh shit.
Congrats, you just got yourself into, you just asked to learn Regicide from a huge fucking nerd.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna be here for a while.
I'm going to explain to you like the quantum mechanics involved.
Where's my intelligence?
Laura,
Yes.
That's a failure.
I sense nerd shit.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while for you to get a handle on Regicide. You're gonna be here a while.
I
Yeah.
fully believe that Syl says this while floating up in the pool, so she's just staring straight into the sky.
Right?
I do get that feeling that something is happening. So maybe.
Hey, hang on. Where's the meme?
Somebody's being what we used to call in the guard a fucking geek.
I mean, to be fair, you know several.
Yes, but this is geekery at a level that we just can't, abide by. This is advanced geekery.
There you go.
This can only end well.
Senpai of the pool.
Yep.
Oh, wow, that out of the way. Conrad.
We make it?
Yeah, you're in the back of the vehicle bay, and you see the turrets being lifted off the main blade, and your uncle's little sarcophagus has been removed. And he's actually sitting on a life support machine, totally disconnected from the coffin itself, as it's being rigged up to be completely sealed. As before, he was kind of half submerged in it,
Mm-hmm.
so he could still operate with his arms.
But now he's not going to need any physical interaction.
Yeah, so it's basically being, modified and prepped to be used as more of a sarcophagus than, you know what I mean. Fuck.
I
Anyway,
do. I gotcha.
your uncle's not hooked up to any voice processors, so he can't talk right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have a little text display he can type out on.
Okay. I'm going to introduce him to Malice.
Well, busy.
Yes, Malkazetic can do what Malkazetic needs to do. But I will be sure to introduce him to Malice, given the chance.
Your uncle?
Yes.
He'd grinned ear to ear and welcome the young lad.
Uh-huh.
And so, what have you been doing since you left the planet?
Surviving, being recruited by the Inquisition, being put through unspeakable emotional trauma, the usual.
And your friend here?
I found him on a shithole desert.
I begged
And-
her to take me as an agent.
That he did. It was rather pathetic.
Your uncle laughs and mutters something about how people aren't beyond groveling.
Mm-hmm.
And he informs you it'll take about 3 hours to 5 hours for him to be fully interned in the Dreadnought. And however long it takes him to get his legs back, so he probably won't be joining you for your assault.
That's fine.
However, he will commit all of his forces to the assault if you so wish.
If you're not going to be combat capable, I'd rather they stay here. I don't think we're going to need the extra firepower.
Well, unless you brought a whole regiment of guard, busting into that palace isn't going to be easy.
Luckily, I have an entire regiment of guard and an entire hyper gang, so...
No, your uncle
came-
does something that you haven't seen him do in a long time.
Uh-huh.
He pulls a low stick pack out of the inside of his coat. He actually pulls the tube, his feeding tube, out of his fucking throat.
Uh-huh.
And again, he can't really talk, ruined lungs or ruined vocal cords, but he starts smoking a low stick.
Just gonna go, yes, that's exactly what you need, old man.
Do you even know how I ended up in this damn shell?
I'm going to assume something self-destructed.
No. I had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting your father when he was in one of his moods.
Oh.
And I just so happened to be dealing a little on the side at the time. Apparently that's something that could condemn me to death.
And was it by his mercy or luck that you managed to get interned?
Neither. It was your mother's doing.
She did seem like a kind soul.
I guess opposites really do attract.
Or get kidnapped.
Is that how you two are gonna get together?
I don't know, this man doesn't make a move to save his own life. Mouse have any fucking response to that?
Congratulations, Conrad.
Uh-huh.
You finally made him fail his willpower check.
Excellent.
You finally fucking broke him.
Yes.
He's been taking all of this shit and taking all of this shit.
Uh-huh.
And he just goes, fine, fuck it, you want to be an item? Let's be an item! And he grabs you by the back of your head and gives you a big old kiss.
Conrad's gonna roll a willpower.
Did he really say that before that?
The item thing?
Yeah.
I'd assume so. He's like that much of a fucking nerd.
What item are they?
That's a better question.
God damn it. That's a pass.
So you don't instinctively stab him in the gut?
I don't instinctively punch him in the stomach. Because he moved too quickly. So yeah, that happens. And Conrad goes, well, that was nice. I'm gonna go have a meltdown now. I'm just gonna leave.
Have fun.
So yeah, Conrad's gonna go melt now.
Do I remember that there's a bathhouse somewhere around here?
You do. You're familiar with your uncle's grounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathhouse.
Okay. You're all of you splish splashing around would see Conrad come in.
They have a pool.
It's called a... It's a pool, you're right.
Conrad?
I haven't.
Say again?
One thing about this bathhouse that's off, that you step in and you're kind of like, wait a minute. Nobody pulled the chain to stoke the fire below the bath, so the water's cold.
Do you people want warm water?
Warm
Water
water?
can be warm.
Yes, water can be fucking warm, you savages. And I'm gonna go do the thing.
Yeah, you walk into the control room, throw 2 levers to open the chutes for the coal, and then pull the chain to actually start the wheel spinning, which will continuously dump fuel into the little furnace that heats up the bath.
This is amazing.
You give it 3 turns, which is enough for an hour's worth of bathing time.
Excellent. Also, Mike,
Yes.
something that I don't know.
Hmm.
Odds or evens?
I always go even. I'm just gonna go get a glass of water real quick.
Okay. For everybody currently in the bathhouse, you have a nude Conrad.
So everyone but Redden.
Everyone but Redden has a nude Conrad.
Okay then. Huh. You don't look half bad.
I forgot to mention. Forgot to mention that Syl would have stripped completely.
So we have
Because swimming.
nude sisters. There we go.
Yeah. The girl power dream team is all taking a bath.
So what I miss?
The girl power dream team.
Syl
is
and
all-
Conrad are both nude in the water.
Hello. That's 3
Hello?
that are nude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize Laura was also nude.
This
Everyone
is
except
Laura.
Penny, I assume, because Penny can't really be nude anymore. I'm sorry, Peppermint can't really be nude anymore.
was
Yeah,
gonna say,
no.
Penny-
Even if she strips down, she can't actually go into the bath itself. She has to wash down the top half of her body with a bucket and a cloth.
I'm going to ask if she needs any help with that, or if she thinks she's got it.
I've got it. Although, some grease or unguents would be nice for my mechanical bits.
Laura goes and digs in her bag and passes some to Peppermint.
She thanks you and begins also spreading the oils and stuff on her cybernetics.
Also going to go gossip with the girls here and probably inform them what Malice did.
He finally did it.
Yeah, he did something. Can you believe it?
No.
I'm quite surprised by this, but you know what? Good on him. Good on him.
Do Loken and the Lurvian have any opinions on what he did, by the way?
The Loken is basically in dad mode,
Uh-huh.
which is basically if he tries that shit again, I'm gonna smash his face into a million pieces.
Right. How's the Lurvian doing? Is the Lurvian just laughing?
He's just like, I wonder if that's considered a rape or not.
That would be what you think about. Anyway,
Wonder how my giant snake is doing.
hopefully he's still unconscious. So the girls take a bath.
Red
Malice, I-
ruminates with Magnus.
Time passes.
And hopefully Malice stays at least 20 feet away from the bath at all times.
Yeah, no, he's like, what I did was probably stupid. If she sees me, she'll probably rip my heart out.
Because he's Malice. He has the confidence of a fucking chimpanzee.
99% sure if he comes into your vision in the next 2 hours, you're just going to kill him.
Luckily,
yeah,
he's got an
speaking of
hour of
things-
me being nude, so.
Speaking of things, this water is now too hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah. So Sil's getting out.
Now who am I supposed to dive with?
I don't know. Last time I went swimming, the water was ice in it.
That's terrible.
By the way, when Sil gets out of the bath,
Uh-huh.
you can see that she's got an absolutely massive scar going from the top of her shoulder all the way to the other end of her bottom of her back, opposite hip.
Huh.
Hot.
Which Sil, that scar you got from said swimming session.
Hmm.
Because you were hunting a Slytherin, and it bit you, and it sucked.
Hunting a snaky boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hot.
Yes, that's why you got out of the water.
God damn it, Sil.
What?
Nothing. Never mind. Continue on.
If you're going to complain about the water being hot, why'd you turn it on?
I don't think that's wise.
I was saying that the scar is hot, Sil, like attractive.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
I forgot I had that.
Laura is not going to say anything to that.
I got bit by an ice Slytherin.
Okay. Nods head slowly.
So, like, a giant ice snake, basically?
That's
Right, I think you've told us about them before.
Yeah. I got bit by one because, I went hunting, then it got into the water, so I got into the water, and then it didn't like that, so, yeah.
That's fun.
The important part is you survived.
Yeah.
I don't think Conrad has any scars, does she?
Aside from the obvious scar tissue at your shoulder, from, where it was lopped off, not really.
Right. I didn't think so. I just wanted to be certain.
Oh, now I'm cold.
Oh, god damn. I tell you what
Cannon
the towels are. Ah!
Oh dear.
Boom goes up.
What?
Still cannonballed. Big plume of water goes up.
Great.
Oh.
Also, Red and Malice has joined you in your misery of sitting there contemplating, so now there's 3 of you.
Does Malice confide in Redden the fact that he thinks he's going to die now?
Yeah, he would pretty much tell you that I think I just made a huge mistake.
What'd you do?
He would inform you as to the events that just transpired.
Oh. Well, I
I
can't.
think I'm gonna die.
I can help you with that.
I
But
mean,
not
I came to you because you seem to be kind of an expert.
on what?
Um,
Crazy
I
women.
don't know. If I had to really sum it up in as few words as possible, it'd be how to not be in a one-sided relationship.
Oh.
What I'm saying is I don't want her to come over here and trample all over me and, you know, you're one of her members of her crew. Do you think that she'll just straight up kill me now?
Maybe.
Oh, well, that's great.
It's an honest coin flip.
Great. Let's hope I get lucky.
Does Magnus have any sage insight?
Magnus is literally like fucking human problems, man. I'm sitting here trying to unravel the mysteries of the warp on this planet, and they're talking about fucking fraternization.
Hey, you're the one who agreed to come along.
I'm gonna figure this out, man. Something is not right here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for one, the warp's way too quiet. A place like this, loaded with so much emotions, there should be demons spawning left, right, and center.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can literally feel the bloodlust radiating out of the ground of this planet.
That sounds. Yikes.
I'm surprised the Cornite cult hasn't shown up or something. This seems like the kind of place that they would want to stomp around in. Everything is, a highly dangerous predator. Natural disasters that happen on on the regular. Seems like the perfect place for a recruiting world. I'm surprised no one's tried to take it yet.
That's another good point.
I mean, I guess the whole quarantine of the planet might stop most, but
Actually, who would be close enough to recruit from here?
I know the Black Templars have a fleet rolling around here that does a lot of recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of their main staging grounds to recruit new brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
While they're having this conversation, can Conrad get dressed and stealth her way over?
sure,
No.
I guess. And you don't know where the fuck they are, so
I mean, how hard could
No.
it be to miss Magnus if I look around?
Hard to escape. So,
Why is Syl trying to keep me in here?
because you've only told us a little bit, you didn't tell us the details.
and you're
Of
the
what?
only person that knows how the fancy bath works.
It's gonna go out by itself.
Right, but you said something about diving. You haven't dived yet.
All right, motherfucker.
I bet I
All
can
right,
go
Malice
farther
gets to
than
live.
you.
Okay? Malice gets to live because Syl decided to challenge me.
Accidentally wingmanning for Malice.
And stopping his possible but inevitable death.
Yeah.
The plan was solely just to show up to the table and be like, "Hi, guys!"
So those details, Captain.
What about them? What details about what?
Well, you came over here saying that Malice did something.
Oh yeah, you kissed me. Was that not clear?
I don't know. I was too busy paying attention to what you were doing to hear what you were saying.
Yeah, no,
So
he
how'd
decided to
that go?
kiss me. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like he did it more to spite me than anything else.
I kind of thought that's how your relationship was going to be. A lot of, spite and trying to prove you're good enough for each other kind of deal.
Yeah, that kind of strikes me the way it seems, considering your personalities.
I don't know. I'll have to think on it. Because, I mean, if this is going to be how it is, then I'm not 100% sure it's exactly what I want. I don't know.
What, would you rather be with Peppermint?
You shut the fuck up.
I mean, it was a story of long lost friends who came back together. Sounds like something from one of those.
I'm literally naked and she's like 15 feet away. I'm not having this conversation, and I'm going to sink under the waves.
What do you think, Peppermint?
Laura's just face palming.
She gets to the end of the aw and then bursts something out in binary.
What does she say in binary? Because Laura can hear it.
You get it. There's too many choices.
Laura's going to.
I don't know what that means.
Laura's going to turn to Peppermint and just nod in agreement on that.
What does that mean?
Uh.
Teach me your ways, weird floaty lady.
Well-
You. Go ahead. Anybody?
It's half your body with machinery, and then maybe we can start somewhere.
I'm not going to do that unless I lose half my body.
Conrad's going to break up from the surface at this point and just go, give it time. He'll get there.
I mean, considering I've been through quite a bit and still haven't done it, I don't know.
Well, you shot the tank yet.
What?
Given our line of work, it's very possible.
It is. It is. Wait. If I have to have part of my body replaced, does that mean I have to learn how to scream like that?
Not necessarily.
Only if you want to.
I mean, I just assumed that since, all of you have mechanical bits, you kind of had to learn how to scream.
That's
You're
because we
a lot.
all try to be a part of the Mechanicus. Well, I tried to be a part of the Mechanicus. The other two here had the brain power to do it.
All things considered, you did get very far. Sure.
Close only counts in, hunting and hand grenades.
Anyway, we should probably, get ready, because we're probably going to have to be involved in an invasion pretty soon. As much as I do love just floating around.
The 24-hour call-out's going to go out over the Vox. Basically, any time in the next 24 hours, you can get the invasion rolling.
Alright
Gotcha.
then.
Which means
Right,
you
well, at
will
this
have
point-
time for a long rest if any of you so need it.
And it's time for Laura to get out of the. What?
Yeah, Conrad's also going to exit the drink. And then probably try to find the boys.
Alright. By then, they would have dispersed off the bench and meandered around looking for food. So you'd find them all at the mess hall.
Gentlemen!
Hmm.
This is your official announcement that the bath is ready to be used by whoever so chooses. In case you
Before
feel
I-
like going relax.
Before I turned around, she's actually clothed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, Conrad did not just walk around her uncle's estate while being buck-ass naked.
No, Syl's the only person I think that I would have to ask if she got clothed or not.
I mean, to be fair,
Speaking of,
actually, I'm rolling something. Odds or evens. I know. I
Always
already know.
choose
It's
even.
Conrad's the only one with a
Oh,
sense of fucking
okay.
decency, apparently.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Laura's wearing pants at least.
Please tell me
Syl
Phil's
put
just
on.
naked.
Syl
Put her
didn't put on
outfit
pants.
This is awkward.
Who says that?
Malice.
I forgot where I put my clothes.
I'll get them for you in a moment. What do you think of the scar? What? How naked is Syl? What does she have on?
A helmet.
Okay, good. Because Conrad's totally going to look at the boys and be like, the scar's hot though, right? We can agree? Group consensus?
I agree with it. Laura says, while still drying out her tail.
Redden?
and ears.
Magnus?
I'm just gonna bolt off into the other direction.
Magnus?
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
What do you mean?
I thought chicks were supposed to dig scars on guys, not the other way around.
I'll have you know I'm not fucking picky.
I got this from a giant ice snake.
Has Malice already ran?
Malice is literally like just staring at the ground and not making eye contact with either of the semi-nude people.
Malice, I need an opinion.
Could you get to turn around first?
Okay.
Okay, you get to stare at her ass now. I don't know what you're accomplishing.
He looks
where the
up at
scar
the
is.
scar and kind of goes, it's a scar.
Not into battle-hardened muscle women.
No, he's into, small, angry, semi-mechanical women.
Apparently. I think it's daddy issues.
Probably.
I think it's just that
Anywho.
he wants to prove. I think he's just
Do you
got
think
a
it's
lot
just-
to prove.
Yeah, that too, probably.
And you're the perfect challenge.
I'm gonna look Malice dead in the eyes and say, if this is something to do with you conquering me, I'll have to let you know that if it ever comes to that, I will kill you.
I thought that's what this was about.
No, not yet. You haven't done anything to actually upset me.
No, actually, you made her quite happy.
Yes, I was rather proud of you for a few moments.
Yes.
It's just whether or not...
Yes. I
Well, now
admire
that I
this
know
too.
that you'll do things, I just have to, disassemble if it's what I really want in my mind. But that's for something for future me to worry about, because right now, this me, I point at my own head, has to go and figure out how we're going to conquer my old home. Excuse me.
I have to go.
Oh, and I need to show you where your clothes are. Come on.
Yeah, it's a little cold.
So as Still and Conrad walk off, Loken materializes in front of Malice and kind of
Uh-huh.
just points at him and gives the whole break her heart, I break your spine spiel.
Do I feel him do that?
You literally see through his eyes and hear him go, break her heart, I break your spine.
How does Malice look? Utterly terrified.
At first, he was just kind of like, oh, it's another threat. And then it was kind of like, oh, wait. He really means it. He could break me in half. When he says he'll snap me like a toothpick, he could actually do it.
I think Conrad's just in her head going to be like, I appreciate it, Loken. I really do.
Mental image of Malice being torn in half.
Hopefully it won't come to that. Even if I decide not to date him, he's still a nice boy.
I'm hungry.
We'll get you some food, but you need to get clothed first. I don't need every
Fine.
estate guard on the premises staring at you.
Okay.
And then, of course, Laura doesn't give a shit.
And I'm sure it's like one of your side objectives.
Maybe.
So yes, we get so close, everyone gets some food.
Yep. And again, you have the option to take a long rest so you can refill your fate.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to show everyone around the estate and tell them about things we used to do around the place.
Right.
Be like, right there is where I broke my ankle.
Did
And
you
I
jump
cried
out
like
the
a
second
bitch for an
story?
hour. I might have tried. I was supposed to go do more piano lessons, and I chose death. It didn't work out.
What's a piano?
It's an instrument. So
Apparently, I need to still what a piano is at some point in this. If there's one still, intact.
Your uncle did have a fully functioning music hall before everything went down.
I'm going to see if I can find it.
Well, it's not hard retracing the steps from your childhood to the Grand Music Hall.
So yeah,
It's set up in a standard concert hall format. There's a lot of room for seating and then a big band shell for acoustics.
right.
Some stage lighting, some roof lighting, typical stuff.
All right, I guess Syl's going to be shown the various instruments that she didn't know existed.
Yeah. So, Sil gets a crash course on musical instruments.
Who else goes on field trip Novigrad?
Laura's going to follow for a bit at least.
Is Redden just going to sulk?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Is that a sure why not to sulking or field trip Novigrad?
Field trip Novigrad.
Excellent. So yeah, I'm going to show them around, show them the totally secret passages. In case for some reason we need to run.
One cool thing you'd really want to show everybody is the defense systems that your uncle put into place that you think are badass.
Uh-huh.
So basically, ringed around his entire outer perimeter of the estate are pop-up bunkers,
Oh.
which are like bunkers that are built into a hill. So when they're lowered, they're like in the ground and they're sealed. And it just looks
Uh-huh.
like a regular hill.
Then it opens, and it's got guns and
Right.
shit.
And then it pops up, and you can see it is not a hill with a hole in it, but in fact a bunker.
Can I fortify it?
It's already pretty fortified.
It is fortified.
So
But
they'll
is
probably
it
make it better.
fortified?
So it could probably make it better knowing her.
Would Dorn like it?
You would think it's a stupid idea.
It's not about whether or not it's effective. It's about the fear. And the look in your enemy's face.
I'm not afraid of a fucking hole.
I know you're not afraid of a hole, but other dumber people are.
She has a point.
It's a hole. Who's afraid
Yes, it's
of
a hole that a lot of guns come out of, Sil.
Mm-hmm.
Also on this field trip, Conrad, that realization comes to you.
Huh.
You remember your dad's little underground runaway chamber?
Yes.
It connects to your uncle's estate somewhere along the way.
Oh! So we can get in through that.
Good to know.
Probably.
Well, you weren't really thinking about it before, but when you started showing everybody around, you got onto secret passages, and you went, okay, and here's the secret passage to my family's hive spike.
Oh, yeah!
And you kind of stopped for a minute as it hit you like a truck.
So yeah,
This can only end well.
you see, my father's paranoia was used for something.
Indeed.
So we have our plan of invasion.
For us, yes. Oh, speaking of which, how's Baldy doing?
They've reconnoitered all of their areas, so now they're gathering back up and getting ready to actually join you guys for the assault team.
Okay.
Because they're basically
Whenever-
reconnoitering all the back entrances and exits and like getting a route mapped out through the hive.
Well, when he gets here, I will inform Baldy that we have a secret entrance.
He's gonna be so pissed when he learns that one.
Who is?
Baldy.
Oh.
Just
I didn't-
spent a better part of 3 hours mapping and sneaking his way through the spire to get that one perfect route, and Conrad's like, yeah, no, I know an underground passage that'll take us right to the throne room of the spire. And it's like, you're fucking kidding me.
Hey, I'll have you know 2 things. First of all, I didn't know that until you were already done. Secondly, I couldn't exactly just put that over the airwaves.
Right.
Thirdly, you're bold.
So,
Why are you bold?
My choice.
oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, would Conrad remember any defense systems that we need to be worried about inside the tunnels?
The only thing you have to worry about is the part of the tunnel that collapsed with your father on it, which is way down at the other end.
And that's going to be in between us and actually getting into the throne room?
No, that's way down at the other end of the tunnel. You're good for that.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to make sure that they also know that the other end, like the way that we aren't going, is technically lapsed, but the rest of it should be a straight shot, if my memory is correct.
Yeah.
So, with all that done and dusted with, I guess it's time to, talk to our good friends in orbit and make sure that everything is prepared-o'd.
Everything is ready.
Excelente.
And on
Why would
that
somebody
note,
be bold by choice?
What's
we
up, Laura?
prob- It might be worth bringing down the if we're taking the tunnel, it might be worth bringing the extra Scutari. The rest of the Scutari. Because we only brought 2 with us down to the surface for the scouting.
How many people would that make in the tunnel at that point?
9.
Because we brought 2 with, there's 4 more, so yeah, right around there.
Well, that'd be 6. And then there's 4 of us, so that's 10.
Yeah.
Not counting like Magnus or anything. And then we have Baldy and his team, which is another 6. So we're talking like 16 people.
Which is going to make the tunnel a little cramped.
This Utari can't be deployed anywhere else because they need you to be their alpha, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is doable, though.
Okay, just make sure they're in the back so they don't get in our way.
Okay.
And if we find something too tough, we can always get them to shuffle ahead of us.
Grenade launcher.
I'm just going to put it out there. Perhaps we should limit high explosives in the tunnels because I don't want it to collapse in on us.
Load it with
Oh.
flashbangs or smoke, maybe?
I don't think either of those are going to help us.
Malice
I
is going to
think-
bring up that he's tried those in close quarters, and it's not exactly a good idea.
So yeah, stick to
It's better than
conventional arms until we
explosives.
get somewhere a bit more roomy.
But yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I'm just saying, you pop a smoke grenade in the tunnel, you're not going to have a good time.
Probably
Because you
not.
can't see shit.
What? Hmm.
But yes.
Waves optical mechadendrite with infrared.
Doesn't
Oh,
help
by
us.
the way, I have a question for. Does Magnus ever bring up to us about how weird he feels about everything?
He has stated it every time he opens his mouth. Like
Okay,
at
in
the
that case,
beginning
I'm gonna.
beginning or the end of every sentence is this place is fucking weird.
I'm gonna ask Magnus for any particular hotspots on the planet, and see if I can identify where they may or may not be.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
Is it like everywhere?
Yeah.
Also, you were told about Raphael, right?
Who?
There's this blood angel who thinks this is the 32nd millennium, stuck inside the 55th floor of the tower over yonder.
Lovely. And did I say Blood Angel?
Yep.
I thought that's what you said.
Is that what I said? I
Yeah,
just want to
with
make
Blood
sure.
You did. You did.
Yes, that's what you said.
Okay.
Okay.
Had me concerned.
I wanted to make sure I had the right guy.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
But
I
yes.
was worried that I might have read a name off in my notes and then attached it to a different character.
But yes. That's what I'm going to tell him about. And beyond that, I'm going to ask if maybe something to do with the Drakar and the Wraithborn might be, fucking with him.
Maybe?
Hey, Alervian.
Yo.
I know you have psychic senses. Do you also think it's weird? Or is this normal for Dark Eldar bullshittery?
I don't know. This is pretty normal.
Okay. Well, if something goes terribly wrong, Magnus can tell us that he was right all along, so. Oh, it could also be my dad. I don't want to think about that anymore.
I don't want to think about that anymore.
Magnus would be able
Magnus
to
is a
tell.
nerd.
No, he's still actually trying to unravel this mystery himself.
Nerd.
So. Do we want to give Magnus time
No.
to see if he can figure it out? Is there anything we can do to help you, Magnus?
I don't know, actually. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where all these emotions are coming from. But
Conrad, he says that it feels like it's coming out of, like, the planet itself, right?
yeah.
Can Conrad think of anything that might substitute for that? Something like deep in the core or like under the crust or something that Father would have built?
No, there's nothing that you can think of off the top of your head that would cause something like that. Your father had a lot of twisted shit, but that wasn't one of them.
No massive underground death domes?
Nope.
Damn.
So you're saying these emotions are like fluctuating as you're standing here, right?
Well, yeah. But it's always extremes.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme happiness, sadness, regret, loss, love.
What if
I don't
there's a
know
bit
if it would be the...
Or, I mean, what if there's a bit of the warp in the planet?
What if there's a portal?
Let's get to the Hive Spire, because if it's going to be anywhere, that was the largest population center, so... It could be... Unless it's the web... I don't think it'd be the webway. I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out.
What's the webway?
It's what the Dark Eldar use to get around. Well, Eldar in
Basically
general.
a tunnel through the warp. A very safe tunnel.
Unless they did it wrong.
In which case it breaks and they die.
Yeah. Let's not go on that topic, please.
Okay, suits me just fine.
Yeah, no, you're starting to crawl into Magnus's butthurt territory.
I know.
Talk about the webway collapsing.
So Magnus, how does it feel to be, an all-powerful being who's a fucking nerd?
You know I could just teleport you to the warp right now.
And then you'd have one very pissed off Dorn to explain yourself to.
I'm just
And
saying.
the Emperor.
I'm just saying. She's playing with oil. Or gas?
Fire?
Yeah, that one.
I've drank both of those before. Didn't taste good.
I'm gonna go ahead and just try to, get this whole invasion thing moving.
So yeah, just before you go down into the tunnels, you'd give the okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a few minutes later, the guard would be sending their first wave. And
Speaking of which, are we bringing in any more heavy armaments for us, like our boss raid gear? Asking the party.
I already have all mine.
Yeah, I know you're always ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going in for a full attack, so you know what? I'm getting my power armor. And I also want to go ahead and declare that the Skitarii would probably be armed with laser guns and shotguns.
okay, well, you guys figure that all out. I'm just gonna hit the can real quick.
Okay.
So I'll be back in a moment. Sorry.
Okay. Also, I think Conrad's gonna go grab her Eldar armor.
Gonna have to teleport my armor to me.
We can get someone to bring it down with the rest of our stuff.
Maybe.
Oh.
Hey, Conrad. Well, you guys are all getting your gear sent down and set up and all that. Malice would approach you to give you something.
What does he have for me?
Something wrapped tightly in like a white cloth, a very clean white cloth is wrapped up in that's emanating a dull gold glow.
I'm just gonna raise an eyebrow, look at him for a second, and then try to open it.
When you unfold it, it's a little broken piece of golden armor.
There's something to do with your great-great-grandpops.
Vaguely, it's a good luck charm that's been in my family for, well, generations. Apparently, and this is just apparently, it's a fragment from the Emperor's armor himself.
Going to have to ask him the next time we see him.
Right. Well, it's always brought me good luck, and I just thought,
I think a kiss would do her better.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to look at him at this point and tell him to keep it. Because I personally believe, no offense to you, but I have a Space Marine, a Dark Eldar, and, a shard of the Emperor's own spirit somewhere inside of me. And as much as I really appreciate the gesture, I'm going to take his hand, I'm going to put it back in it, and hold it there for a second. I frankly think you need it more than I do.
blushes a little bit, and it's fine.
Again, I really do appreciate it. But I would rather you stay alive. And with that,
Wraps it back up and puts it in his pocket.
I'm going to go ahead and get all Eldari'd up.
Alright. Everybody throws on their gear.
I need to do my power armor time roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
D5!
I don't have to do that because full battery.
Oh, 4 hours. That
Da da
works.
da!
Right. So, you guys get all prepped up and ready to go. And just as you're all finishing getting geared up, the first wing of Valkyries and Vultures fly overhead.
Excellent.
Each one loaded with, a full complement.
Mm-hmm.
And so you all slip underground. Now again, there's no defenses or anything like this, and these tunnels are a secret to everybody but the royal family. So you don't encounter any resistance while you're down in the tunnels.
Right.
Not even the Dark Eldar know it's here.
Aha!
So yeah, Barnabas's boys would probably be strung out in the front. You guys in the middle, and the Skitarii in the back.
Yep.
Guess so.
Okay. Well then, it's a bit of a walk there, but by the time you get to approximately where you're underneath the hive, and it actually starts to labyrinth out into all of the hidden corridors and tunnels and the like,
Mm-hmm.
that you'd actually get back into Vox contact with your forces. Which is to say, by the time you get there, the assault is started and is now underway.
Of course. And all the guards are focusing on the front.
Which means, by the time Conrad navigates you to the door that comes out behind a curtain in the throne room, everybody's already abandoned it.
Yep. At some point during this, by the way, I'm going to ask Lervian for tips and tricks as to what the hell a Dark Eldar leader looks like, and any convenient ways we might be able to end this quicker.
Well, killing a Dark Eldar commander probably won't break their morale like you'd expect normally, but it could throw them into a good deal of confusion.
Okay. Any other
They'll have,
tips?
I did certain identifying marks on his armor, and he should have a custom set of armor himself.
Okay.
So find the guy who looks the most important.
Fanciest looking dude, basically. Just to let you know, the throne room is one of the places they've set up like their little camp. So
Mhm.
they do have like large tents and like caches of food and supplies lying around.
Gotcha.
No weapons though.
Damn.
I'm gonna scrutiny some of this stuff while we're passing by, because curiosity. I pass that because scrutiny.
Okay, so the food crate is soul stones.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the lid, like, oh, those are soul stones. And the rest of the supplies are drugs you've never even heard of.
Keeping them.
Yes, we are keeping them.
Yeah. The rest of the supplies in the camp are a literal metric fuck ton of Eldari drugs.
Okay, but
Tagging for later.
We're trying to save Jason.
okay, but what if we give Chasm these, and I point to the Soulstone chest?
Are they full? Is my question. Do they actually have souls in them?
The vast majority are, yeah.
Oh.
We can use them as a bartering chip to try to get them to surrender.
True.
Dark? I need to roll an intelligence to see if Laura put something together.
Oh yeah, Dark Eldar don't use soul stones, do they?
Yeah.
Are these like proper Eldari soul stones, taking a look at them and with the Lervian in my head?
Yes.
Laura doesn't put it together.
And inside each one is an Eldari soul. Or at least the ones that are filled.
I'm gonna ask Lervian something real quick and be like, so how does a podunk shit, band of Dark Eldar get this many souls?
If I had to guess, I'd say they'd probably raided a craft world.
Okay, well,
And I mean, with access to the webway, they have a door to basically every craft world with an open, active webway gate.
hey, that's what we do. Hey, Sil,
What?
can you rig that fucker to blow? Well, actually, we haven't found it yet, have we? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not in the throne room.
It is not in the throne room.
Okay.
I mean, I could still probably rig it to blow once we find it.
Right, we just gotta find it. Does a Lervian... How do Dark Eldar communicate? I.e., do they have a Vox of some description, or...
They do have a basic radio system, but it's like tiers and tiers above human stuff in range and the like. As well as a lot of their close range communication falls upon psychic links.
Right.
So the only time they really use their radio channels is for long distance communication.
Well, in that case, I'm going to ask Lervian that if he was, the leader of this little war band, would he be somewhere above to command the action, or would he be somewhere in the thick of it?
That depends on the commander himself, but if I were to guess, he's probably fighting tooth and claw at the front door as we speak.
Okay.
Or she, I guess. Don't know.
It. Until proven otherwise. Also, does he recognize any of the drugs?
Yeah, a lot of them are just straight up like designed for pleasure.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them are hallucinogens or mood modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a set of painkillers for Drakari in there too.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a couple vials of I forget what the fuck the name is, but it's the toxin that they use that makes people like hallucinate in fear.
That sounds useful. Does it work on Dark Eldar?
I don't even know.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
So I'm going to take some of that with me.
Okay. They're in auto injectors, so
Okay.
everybody moves out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then Barnabas's team is going to fan out and search for the webway gate.
Uh-huh.
Since they thought the signature came from this section of the hive.
Right.
So they're just going to start on the bottom and work their way up till they find the gate.
Okay.
And since we're no longer in the tunnel, I'm going to have the Skitarii running as an actual screen for us.
Okay. This guitar would fan out into a screen then.
Use tactics! It saves lives.
So, my question for the party is, do we want to wait for the scouts to find something, or do we want to start heading our way down to see if we can't wreck into their rear guard?
I've got to blow something up.
Anyone else?
I mean, running right into the back of people with a bunch of las guns and shotguns and a grenade launcher? Excuse me.
Okay. Should I assume Redden doesn't have an opinion?
Just lead the way.
Okay. I suppose then we're going to head... we'll also inform Baldy as to our actions, just so he's aware of where we should be. So we're actually going to be heading down with him at this point, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we're just going to split from there.
Yeah, he does inform you that they do have a demolitions expert on team, so if you need them to rig up the gate, they can, or any other controlled demolitions.
Okay.
He also hinges on the word controlled demolition.
No.
Well, just inform me as soon as possible when you get that done.
Will do.
And also when you make contact with the gate or you get in contact with hostiles. Whatever happens first.
Understood.
So then, we can down and break out to be the smash into their back lines.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are coming down the elevator, because you guys went kind of, how do I put this? You guys went down halfway on the stairs with, Barnabas's scouts.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got low enough that you could actually get to an accessible elevator, you guys swapped over because it's faster, and you guys don't have to check floor by floor like they do.
Right.
Anyway, the window or the elevator itself is one of those big open ones with like the entire elevator being made of glass,
Oh.
and the entire front of the building also being made of glass. So you guys get a nice, good view of the carnage that you've set into motion.
This is totally
Hoorah.
safe.
As little phalanxes of guardsmen are engaging the Drakari line.
Doing a scrutiny check, and I spot a commander who is ripping and tearing their way through things.
You could scrutiny check me.
I'll do a scrutiny as well.
Laura gets it, apparently.
So there is one that is, it seems like he's at least leading that local group. I'm beyond a certain distance, these orders aren't recognized, but the group he's with, they seem to be listening to his orders without hesitation.
Hey.
I'm going to assume that Laura informs us.
Uh-huh. And Laura and one of her Skitari has a long lays.
I'm also going to ask, looking at him with the visual and getting Lervian's opinion. Conrad isn't completely convinced he's an actual warband leader. Like maybe could there be multiple warbands?
The way Lervian would explain it to you is these people probably don't work like a typical warband do. And they probably have individual leaders running their own little cliques that comprise up the majority of the warband.
So in other words, they're going to fall apart because right now they're basically several independent units. And they're not ready for us.
Indeed.
Okay.
As soon as one part of that line crumbles, the whole thing will go.
Excellent.
Should I lock up with the other Skitari that has the long lays and we both take a shot?
When the elevator is stopped?
Yeah.
Be my guest.
Well, the elevator isn't going to stop until the ground floor unless one of you hit it, so...
I'm going to what's the current range?
Now it's well above 750 meters.
How far until the ground floor?
About 10 stories.
So at the third story, gonna drop it, and then I don't take range penalties anymore because optical mechanisms, right? And I can pretty much force feed the targeting data into my other Skitari.
You'll still have to make the check anyway, but...
I know, but it would remove the penalty, at least.
So, is that the plan?
Yep. So...
Okay. Make your roll.
Full action aim, accurate, and... I'm fading that.
No, just to ask, accurate is the one that gives you the bonus to hit?
It's a +10.
It gives you a
Wait.
+10, and also depending on degrees of success, you can get up to 2d10 extra damage.
Okay,
Is
so
exactly
No,
what it
I'm
does.
just asking because this Skitarii would have missed without that.
ballistics plus 35. Then full action is a plus 20, right?
Correct.
And then accurate. I'm fading that.
I know this Skitarii just made his shot.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, roll
You
me
get the
damage.
2d10, so it's 3d10 plus whatever the long last does.
3d10 plus. It's 3d10 plus 3. Well, it would be 2d10 plus 3 and then 1d10. Because the plus 3 doesn't get added to the extra dice.
Well, no, it'd be 1d10. Just roll 1d10 plus 3 and then do 2d10.
Okay.
Yeah, and this motherfucker only got 1 degree of success, so
He just does the 1d10 plus 3.
yeah, he just does the 1d10 plus 3.
So, at an 11, with the full accurate and everything, how many degrees of success would that be? Because that would be a plus.
I already calculated it, Sterling. It's
I'm overthinking it. So, d10 and then 2d10 plus 3. That's 12 damage.
says 8 plus 4, so that's 12 damage.
Yep.
Plus
Okay.
whatever the yeah boy did.
Yeah, he did 11 damage. Which isn't bad, given he only did 1d10 plus 3, right?
Oh yeah.
No, it's just... Okay, that's what I was looking for.
So what are we looking at here? Like,
It's just double checking the amount of DR on his armor.
yeah, that's 23 damage right now.
Yeah.
And does the long last have 10? I don't think it does.
It's-
It has a penetration of shit. I don't.
minus
I don't-
1 or minus 2? I think it's minus 1.
I don't have it saved. Shit.
Give me just a second. Armory, weapons. Do. Las weapons, long las, 1 pen.
Yeah, 1 pen, okay.
It also does it if he has whatchamacallit.
Unnatural tough.
Hey, he can the shot ignores up to 4 levels of unnatural toughness if he has unnatural toughness.
He doesn't, he just has good armor.
So how much does he survive by?
You don't think you managed to wound him, but when both lasers actually hit him, you can visibly see him lose his balance, fall over, and the back of his armor is all crumpled and smoking.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
But he bounces back up after a moment and continues leading the assault.
So.
Did I die?
No.
No.
I think he muted himself.
Sterling. Hello?
It isn't Sterling.
Do.
Is your mic muted? Hello?
His mic's muted. Yes.
Roommate won't shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I figured.
Well,
The elevator's at the ground floor now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, time to move up and take cover and make sure I got the pistol, well, the Archaeotech in pistol form, and I have the hand cannon in the other hand.
Okay. I guess I'll take the pepper box out and move to cover 2.
So do I stick to conventional weapons or?
Well, we're in an open floor plan now, so discretion. Well, your own discretion is advised. Let's just say do what you want.
Alright, I'm back, kind of. It would be at this point that Laura would order the Skitarii to fan out a bit more and take up positions when we get closer.
Well, in front of you is the huge barred front door. And just behind it is the Drukari line.
Excellent.
You guys bust open that door, you'll be maybe at best 35 meters away from the farthest point of the Drukari line.
Right.
Set up in kind of like a concave formation.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys are going to be at the bottom of that concave. Like, the deepest point is where you're going to pop out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, as soon as you swing those doors open, there's going to be a lot of surprised Drukari.
Oh, in that case, I'm gonna set the watch the red.
Here we go.
Like, hint,
Kick the
hint,
door
nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I could blow him up.
Wait, it's the new one. I'm gonna put my hand on Syl's shoulder, and then set it to red.
What?
Let's open her up and make sure that the whatchamacallits are in place. The Skitarii.
Yeah.
Can I overwatch the door?
You sure can.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to order the Skitarii to go on Overwatch at the door too.
Okay. Moment of truth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Malice is going to swing the door open.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
So he swings the door open. And you guys
gonna
are
be
greeted
close
with
to
the
him.
back of about 4 Drukari who are forming a small firing line.
Uh-huh.
None of them have noticed the door opening yet.
Excellent.
Well, it sounds like a perfect idea. Grenade launcher.
I assume everyone's just going to mercilessly open fire.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not red.
No, not yet. It's gotta wait.
How about you, Conrad?
I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna hold an action until after Syl's grenade goes off, and then see who survives.
Laura's taking a shot at the most important looking one.
Can I spend a fate to make this go better?
What?
Since Annihilation isn't really around to help you, not really.
See, that's where you're wrong, though.
Oh, I love
I have
being
sure
wrong.
kill.
You do have sure kill. I forgot about that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot about that. Oh fuck.
so did I.
Oh, they're fucked.
Let's hope this roll goes well because I'm spending that fate.
So you
Oh,
sure kill. That's a
So
12.
we both got 12.
Roll.
So,
Let's check the damage on my grenade launcher.
It'll be the frag grenade damage.
So, I'm rolling
So-
my damage since I took the first shot.
So that's 2d10 plus 2.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the frag stat, so.
No pen.
Oh, fuck!
Wait a minute.
Oh, fuck!
Wait a minute. Wait
That's
a
a-
minute.
You can't righteous fury on the extra
No, that's
dice
the
from
regular
accurate.
dice. No, that's the regular
I was
dice.
just sitting there like,
That's
wait
the
a minute.
regular
I thought
dice.
it was, no, I thought that was,
I thought the
So,
D10 was the regular dice that
No,
was separate.
2d10 plus 3 is regular dice.
No, it's not.
No, 2d10 plus 3 is the regular damage profile. 2d10 plus 3 energy damage.
Sterling, I'm looking at Long Laz in the book. It's 1d10 plus 3 with accurate.
Then why the fuck do I have it as 2d10? And why has everyone?
I don't know,
else that I'd rather
Sterling.
roll it as... Okay.
Calm down.
okay. So, between the last fire and all of this guitar opening up with Sterling simultaneously and the grenade, the 4 guys are pretty much, well, 2 of them are heavily wounded, not moving, and 2 of them are wounded but still up. And it's at this
Okay.
point they notice you.
Do I get my held actions?
Well, yeah, one screams in Drukari and you all get your called actions.
Okay. Independent targeting. I'm going to shoot at both of them.
Was that the hand cannon or the, oh, I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't, does it?
No.
Take a second half action.
Do they get surprise still?
Yes.
Let me double check, because if it's surprise... Oh, no, that still hits. Amazing.
That still hits?
Yes, that still fucking hits.
Both?
Yeah,
Oof.
it's an
Seems
85
disgusting.
with the surprise bonus. It's disgusting, yes.
Disgusting.
And Laura's going to take a second shot at half action.
So did we add the degrees of success to my my sure kill fire there?
I believe so. You had, what, 4 degrees of success?
I think.
What's your ballistic skill?
It's let me check that real quick. It's nasty.
Yeah, because I believed it was 4 degrees of success.
Yeah, it's a 12 out of 50.
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay. So I did do my math right. Which means 2 of these Drukari are fucking dead.
Hello.
Hello. So, roll me damage there, Conrad.
Okay.
And
Do you
tell
want
me
the hand
which one's
cannon?
the damage for the hand cannon.
All right, this is the hand cannon. And it's
Okay.
still the same stats and everything, right?
Yes.
I will double check in the book to make sure I'm doing this right, because I think I have it memorized. Because hand
Got it
cannon,
memorized.
yeah, hand cannon is D10 plus 4. It's more damage than I thought it was.
I'd like to think Redden just pulled his finger guns out in this situation because he knew everybody was already going to light them up.
No, I said it to Red with Syl, and I had my pepper box out.
Right. Well, after Conrad finishes shooting, that's when your time bullshittery is going to trigger.
Okay.
It's just, she's kind of breaking the rules of the universe right now.
Yeah,
Excuse me?
that's what we do anyway.
Okay, so which one's your hand cannon?
The 8 damage,
Okay.
16 is the Archaeotech pistol.
Okay, well you did 16 damage on both.
Hurrah!
Ow.
The, yeah. The hand cannon did double damage this time, and all the runes glowed.
Hoorah.
So, yeah, no, they're getting hailed with more fire, and as they go to jump over the barricade to protect themselves from your guys' fire, that's when Breden's time bullshittery jumps in and stops everything.
All right, so come on.
Okay.
Another one.
Oh, another shot? Okay.
No, come on.
Okay. Follow Redden.
Yeah. Should say turn to look at us. We gotta get behind them.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the plan, to get behind them and then shoot again.
Right.
So I get behind them.
Yeah.
These poor Dark Eldar. They're like, yeah, we're superior.
But can you do this?
Teleports behind you. Nothing personal, kid.
Captain Personnel kid pulls out a fucking katana.
Oh god.
No, it's
I
gonna be.
do have. I
It's gonna
do
be
have
malice.
the auxiliary sword.
You do.
I could totally do that,
You could.
but I'm
Damn.
not.
If you want to flex on them, even harder.
No,
Well,
that's,
they're already injured.
well, that's when you say you're already dead in Drukari.
Yeah, but I don't know how to say that.
Neither do I. I'm gonna take the shot now.
So I've just got to. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so would they count as stationary like this?
They're prone,
Yes.
I
They
think.
both count as stationary targets.
They're
Okay.
fucked.
This is the pepper box, by the way.
Oh no.
I'm really
What's your
really.
ballistic skill?
Shit, where'd it go? Ah, here it is.
I think that's still a pass, just because of all
It
the
might be.
modifiers.
Just check.
30 plus how much?
That's a pass.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Your target number is like a fucking 90.
Oh, what was the dice for the gun again? I forgot to.
D10, please.
How many?
Separate D10s, 4 of them.
Okay. They're gonna come up separate anyway, so boop.
Yeah, they're just going to be in the commas. So 8852.
Okay. Okay. So, the first half of your little pull on the magazine is armor-piercing rounds.
Oh,
You can
wonderful.
tell because it just goes punching straight through the Eldari armor. And about halfway through, bullets start to zip out of your gun that, well, you can't quite tell, but it looks like they're airbursting midair and like shredding stuff with shrapnel.
So, I have a rules question real quick about the pepper box, just so I can know for future reference.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a storm weapon?
Not technically.
Okay. It's just that how it's always described, I never can figure out in my head if it's supposed to be a storm weapon or not.
It's Archaeotech is what it is.
It's not technically classified as a storm weapon, but the results are very similar.
Well, does it get storm rules, is what I'm asking
No.
you as a DM.
No, it does
Okay.
not get storm rules. That would totally make it way too broken.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be sure about.
Speaking of way too big, there's a Drukari that isn't broken yet, and Redden's opening fire, so I don't see a reason to grenade it. No auxiliary sword, this motherfucker.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you got a choice as to the style of the sword, or are you just going for the default appearance?
Let's go back home, shall we?
Oh.
Big, vicious, and not very classy.
Okay. So, you're like, let's do something from back home. And you basically create a big ass cleaver.
Yeah.
Sword.
Let's roll that.
cleaver.
Is that a reroll?
What's your melee skill?
35.
It's probably... You're still fine. It's a stationary target.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me that damage.
Let's see, do I have that written down? Yes, I do.
Oh,
Look at you.
D10.
And I figured out what I was looking at wrong.
the pulse rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Well, that's not great.
9 damage with, like, infinite pen.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the pen that really is gonna do him in. Because the thing about Dark Eldar is, even though they have fancy armor, they have dick for shit when it comes to actual health pools.
Yeah, their wounds are kind of garbage.
Yeah, so as soon as you burst through their armor, you can basically one-shot any Drukari. And since they're not getting any, dodge checks,
Which is supposed to be their defenses.
yeah, so... You finish murderizing the last one. And time kicks back in.
Zoop.
Tick tock, tick tock.
All right, I'm gonna yell at everybody to move up to their fire position and use it as cover.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you like that?
And that's one hole in the lines.
They're dead now.
Oh. I'm also going to tell everyone to try to focus out on singles, Eldari, like focus your fire on single targets. That way they can't possibly dodge everything.
Oh, I just remembered something. I actually have hotshot packs that I can use. I have to reload after each one, but...
I mean, you can't really dodge shrapnel now, can you?
You'd be surprised.
So, going to pass the other long lays Skitarii, the 2 hotshot packs, and I'm going to load in one on mine.
Okay.
And scrutiny for people that look important.
Right, so while you guys are all stuck in the middle of this melee, in the hole that you've opened up, one of the guardsmen with a Voxcaster would run over
Guten Togen.
between all the fire.
Excellent.
He's got a very large reflective shield on his back, by the by. It seems like their standard kit that each member of the guard has one of these large reflective shields, which isn't doing very much against the Eldar weapons, but...
They're trying, okay?
Anyway, he'd come over to you because there seems to be a miscommunication.
What's wrong?
Nobody knows who's actually got authority to call in air support.
God damn it, people. What do they need?
They need your okay.
Yes, you have my okay. Do it.
Okay. So he'd call over the radio that they've got the okay from the captain to scramble your air support.
The only caveat to that is ensure that, if possible, do not damage the spire. I hope that wouldn't have to go without saying, but I give the order. I'm making sure that's in there.
Okay. So, as he finishes up and you all start to get in your firing line positions, Malice kind of runs off into the melee.
Of course he does.
And, he's not wielding his trademark saber and bolt pistol.
Oh.
He's, Eldari possessed and has the bow staff thingy.
He has the Wraithbone staff, spear staff.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. It's probably not him slaughtering the Dark Elder?
Probably.
It's a fair assumption.
It's a fair assumption.
Well, time to give some covering fire.
Yep.
So, you're all going to provide him with some covering fire while the Air Force comes in?
Sure.
So it seems. Frickin' Aeronautica Imperialis.
I don't think a grenade launcher makes very good cover fire.
Not really, no.
Do you have the heavy stubber with you?
But this gun does. Oh.
I still pass that with a full action aim.
It doesn't.
It's suppressive fire.
And I forgot what the bonus damage from a hotshot pack was.
I can double check for you. I
Please
still
do.
have the equipment section open.
I thought it was just a bonus to pen.
Is it?
It's like +1 pen, +1 damage, or something in that general nature.
Okay.
Please
I'm
do
gonna
let
double
me know.
check.
'Cause I
Force
want it right.
weapons.
Force weapons.
Here. I had to go past that to get into the other stuff.
This is yeah, it's plus psi rating to damage in pen.
Yeah, that's force.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hot shot is +1 to damage, gains the tearing quality, 4 pen.
Okay.
Loses the reliable trait, reduces clip size to 1.
Okay, so
When you roll damage with a hot shot, you roll twice to take the higher.
oh, awesome. So 2d10.
So roll it.
So
I was gonna say roll it normally twice.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. 2d10 plus 3, 2d10. I mean, not 2d10, 1d10 plus 3.
There you go.
Oh,
The hell was I looking for?
I'll take the first one, the higher one. Yeah, and then so
Yeah,
that's
there you go.
So that's 8 with the hotshot pack.
Yep.
It's a pen.
What?
Thankfully, it's got 4 pen.
Uh-huh. And what does the tearing quality do?
Again, that's the tearing quality is you get to roll twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell was I gonna do? Mike always picks evens, so if it's evens, it's gonna be the hand cannon. The hand cannon is the first one,
Okay.
so the hand cannon hits.
Okay. So this is your second shot out of the hand cannon, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But I actually managed to hit something because I keep independent targeting.
I just want to make sure how many rounds you have in the cylinder.
Okay.
So you're down to 4 now?
Correct.
Okay.
And now I have to take a full action reload.
Yep.
Wait, actually, do I have rapid reload?
I don't think so.
I'm checking.
To let you know, that's 7 at 4 pen.
Right.
No, I do not. Yes, I do. I do have rapid reload.
Nice.
It's, yeah. So it's a half action.
Yep.
Okay. So you would lightly wound the Drakari you were aiming at, Conrad?
Okay.
But, well, the strange thing is the runes on your gun keep, like, glowing brighter and brighter as you empty the cylinder.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
You just notice the second shot, they just lit up brighter again, and they're staying that intensity.
Oh, interesting.
And what about the one Laura took a shot at?
Yes, same dealio. You just pierce his armor and manage to lightly wound him.
Excellent.
Since they're a little busy with the fucking maniacal rate blender to dodge. But I hope you people know if you critically fail, you're hitting Malice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mally Magnus.
That's why I'm saving my last fate for when I super fail.
When I fuck up.
Yep, keeping that one in my back pocket. Let's take another shot. That is another barely pass.
Just to let you all know, it is at this point the air support is coming in now.
Uh-huh. Do I have to... Can I vox over to Malice to make sure that, you know, his Eldari body snatcher is aware that she may or may not be in the fire zone?
You'd get a message out. Wouldn't get a response, but Malice would be definitely starting to move back toward the main line of the guard.
Good.
Now, the air support you've actually got, because you stressed that you didn't want to do any damage to the spire, you've got the door gunners of the heavy bolters of the Valkyries.
Yeah, it's going to be a gun run instead
Yeah.
of a bombing run.
So yeah, taking the higher of those two, that's another hotshot pack expended.
That's 6 at 4 pen.
Yeah.
And also with the plus 1.
So that's 6 at 5 pen. I'm 7 at 5 pen.
7
I'm
at
sorry.
5 pin. Yeah.
All right. So the motherfucker you shot is now actually wounded.
His armor's gotta be ruined now.
Yeah, it's pretty much just wet tissue paper at this point. Despite that, the Drukari line is still holding, despite Alervian's prediction.
Irvin's got any idea as to what might be so important? Do you think that hole they had up there, is that worth dying over?
My guess is they probably just don't have anywhere else to run to.
Gotcha.
I mean, given if they did, they'd already be falling back toward the webway. At least that's
Which
what I
they
would do if I
obviously
was
are.
their commander.
Unless, of course... Have we heard anything from Baldy yet?
No, you have not, actually.
Okay,
And
well,
given how
let's...
competent he and his team is, it's kind of disturbing.
Right. I'm going to ask Alervian if he wants to take bets as to whether or not Baldy and his team have been waylaid by
But they're all
the
fucking
troop.
dead.
I mean, I was just going to say waylaid, but yes, I also understood that they're fucking dead.
My bet's on they're dead.
Right. Should we stay here and try to suss this out, or do you think we should stop whatever the actual Cabal is doing?
Well, since they're holding so solidly here, the Cabal has to be doing something nasty.
So we should probably go check that.
Yes, probably.
All right. I'm going to inform the party that we get back to the elevator because Baldy and his team probably dead, as we haven't heard back from them yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And these people haven't broken yet, which tells me that they know something we don't.
Okay.
And since we're standing next to these corpses, I'm going to quickly loot one of the corpses before we head back up.
Also, Laura, how far away can those Kastari take orders from you?
I'm going to ask Mike that, actually.
You put out on the actual receivers and transmitters, so they're really only good in, like, I don't know, about 50-meter radius of yourself.
50 meters, give or take.
Do they have the autonomy to know not to shoot the guardsmen?
They should.
They have IFFs. Yes, they won't shoot any of your guard.
In that case, I tell Laura that it may be worth it to keep them in this position that we're currently in, to continue laying suppressive fire into the flanks of the enemy,
Yeah.
while we go in to try to deal with the Cabal.
I'm going to leave 5 of the Skitari. I'm bringing Longlay's boy with us.
As long as he doesn't slow us down.
Right. So, you would all head back into the Hive Spire?
Yep.
Yep. And based well, I'm going to try to get in contact with Baldy just to confirm my suspicions.
When you hit him up on his Vox channel, you don't get a response.
Yep, he's dead. Or worse. Is the other option. So we're going to go ahead and start from the last point of contact and work our way down.
Okay, so you get to the floor you left them on, and you start working your way down. And it takes about, 20 minutes working your way down the floors before you hear a massive cheer go up from outside.
Uh-huh.
Which is probably your cue that the other line's being broken.
About time.
And,
Any sign of this coven?
I was going to say, can you all roll me warp perception?
Oh, God.
Cynicians?
Yes.
I don't have it, but I guess I'll try.
I'll
This is versus
roll
your willpower,
anyway.
by the way. Hey, I passed that.
I fail that.
I'd also fail that.
I should probably
It's
get
because I have a
Cynicians.
Lurvian in my head. Don't worry about it.
I should probably get Cynicians at some point.
No.
What are you saying no to, Jason?
Alright, I didn't pass.
Okay.
Alright.
So I think Conrad's the only one who passed.
You basically instantly snap onto the fount of warp energy that's flowing out from a room directly below you.
Uh-huh.
And given the type of emotions coming from that area, it feels like a demonic ritual.
Oh, excellent. I pull out my melta pistol.
Right, so you're all going to tromp downstairs?
Yeah.
And by the way, there's one other presence downstairs with the huge font of power.
Uh-huh.
But it's a distinctly human soul.
Okay, well, here's what I want to do, right? How can I get a general feel of how many meters below me they are?
I'd say like 15 meters.
Okay. I'm going to tell the party that they're directly below us. How big of a hole does a melt-a-pistol leave in the floor, would you say?
I don't know, like the size of your fists close together.
Big enough to shoot a grenade through after I'm done.
I mean, if you stuck the barrel through the hole, yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to do my best to shoot in what I think is either someone in the ritual or just the ritual itself to hopefully fuck it up.
Okay, you melt a hole in the floor.
Do you want me to roll to see if I hit something?
Yes.
How about that?
You hit something.
Hey,
And I'm going to ask Syl if she'd be so kind as to do what she loves best.
Oh, controlled explosives.
We may or may not be killing Baldy and the rest of his team, but, you know, we're probably hitting an Eldar at the time,
Oh.
so...
Yeah, that's a fate.
That's
a
better.
better.
I believe this would be a good time to say I'm going to set to blue.
and Laura, for good measure, after Syl fires through the hole, Laura is going to slide a stun grenade through the hole.
These poor fucking Eldar.
10 plus 2.
Do you want me to roll for sliding it through the hole, or would just sliding it through the hole be a free action?
It's not that hard for you to do, no.
So that's 16 damage and a 3 burst down the hole.
And
They're not having a good day.
what's the profile on a stun grenade?
They have to make toughness checks or be stunned.
Yeah.
Fun.
Our body toughness is shit.
Oh, they're fucked.
I don't remember. I have to check if. I don't think they're at a malice to it.
No,
I don't think
so.
it's like stun 2 or anything like that.
No, it's not.
Stun grenade. Oh, it is concussive 2.
Is it concussive?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
blast 3,
no.
concussive 2.
So yeah, they're at a negative 20 for their tough check.
Oh, ow.
Okay. Either way, you guys can't really see any of the
Oh yeah, no, this was just to get them disoriented because we're heading down there now.
Right.
So rushing our asses down there.
Like your ass is down there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to the door, it's closed, and all of Barnabas's scout team is strung out and gutted in front of the door.
Yikes.
Oh, would you look at the time?
One of them.
The door has a. I'm going to. Is this one of those? There's probably a bar behind the door locking it, or what?
No, this door actually itself is one of the mechanically locking doors,
Mm-hmm.
which means it has a keypad. And unless they've changed the code, you're like 99% sure you have the code for the door.
Well, in that case, I'm going to take the quick action or whatever it is to type in the code that I know.
You punch in the executive override code, and oh, look at that, the door opens.
I'm going to tell Lurkin to use my mouth to say something badass in Drukari.
Shout something in Drukari.
What's in the
Whatever
room?
she said.
There's a group of 8 Drukari and 2 humans. One human is in the center of said ritual and is being blocked by the ring of, Doc Eldar performing it, as well as the one human. And there's a fucking blood angel running around in here.
Oh.
Oh, how's he doing?
He is literally in the middle of a death fight with an abomination.
Excellent.
What also, just to ask you, what can I tell based off of what's currently smoking what the melt-a-shot hit?
Yes, you hit him.
The Blood Angel or the Abomination?
Yes. You hit
Okay.
the blood angel.
Oh,
Amazing.
no.
So
If you were to
Grenade.
get anything like above a miss, you were just gonna wildly hit one of the Drukari. But no, you just so happen to be like, oh, I'm gonna get a 15.
So,
Okay.
I'm
So,
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the free action to send my Skitari into a Gundrill Symbiosis Beta. So
What?
it essentially it upgrades his target priority.
You know,
Send
aside
order.
from
Yeah.
the Abomination and the Space Marine, nobody else in the room is really fighting.
That is
The
Skitari.
Drukari are too caught up in their ritual.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what to do. Tightly packed people.
Oh, okay.
Shotguns.
Conrad is going to focus on the giant fucking abomination.
Okay.
Let's launch a grenade right into the fucking Drukari.
Actually, I'm gonna turn the long lays on the Abomination because felling 4. Abomination.
Yeah, unnatural toughness. Probably a good idea.
All right.
Hey,
And
Mike, how are those Drukari like in 13 damage?
You managed to blow them all away, so you can see who they were working on.
Is it Boldy?
No.
Who is
Who
it?
is
No, your heart sinks in your chest, Conrad, because it's Peppermint.
Oh, of course it was. I don't know how that happened, but okay. Is she dead?
No, but she's in the middle of being turned into a demon.
Ah, of course.
A Slaneshi demon, to be exact.
Okay, Magnus, how do we stop that?
He's literally panicking right now.
Who?
Magnus is panicking.
I imagine Magnus is probably screaming something along the lines of, I knew it!
No, he's panicking for another reason.
Uh-huh.
The other human didn't go down.
Uh-oh.
And when he turns to face you all, his eyes are alight with that familiar burning blue glow.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
for fuck's sake! I'm gonna let it rip with the pepper box at that.
So that Abomination took, what, 11 damage?
Oh,
Yeah,
That'd be
but
11.
you took a bit of damage.
So that's 11 damage. It doesn't have armor, right? It's just the 4 felling that you need to worry about.
No natural toughness, yeah.
It's just the 4 felling that is the
Yeah.
problem, so it ignores 4 of that.
Yeah, so it's pretty much unarmored with the 4 felling.
Excellent.
Can I ask, by the way, can Conrad spend an action to move to get within, like, 5 meters of the abomination?
Yes, you can.
Excellent. I melted it.
Okay. So you turn your melt gun on it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going to fire both pistols, just the melta?
Yes, I'm firing. Well, actually, you're right. Well, no, I can't do that because I spent an action to move.
Right.
Because I wanted to get point blank.
Okay.
Melta
You point
Kella.
blank the poor bitch.
Because I am tired of his existence.
Oh,
Give me a moment because now I have to go.
Now, Ren,
yes.
Mr. Kairos expertly dodges your hail of gunfire.
I know he fucking does.
Oh, it's another possession.
No, it's worse. It's him. It's him again.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna, holster the grenade launcher and pull out the auxiliary cleaver.
So what's the AP on a meltagun again? I think it's like -6.
No, this is 24 because I'm at point blank.
Within a certain amount, the pin doubles.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, it's naturally 12.
This sucks. Sucks
Okay.
to be the Abomination.
Here's the thing that you're lucky for, though. It only has 1 shot left, and I don't have any extra ammo.
well, you do a considerable amount of melting to its flesh. You elicit a gigantic scream of pain from it before it gets cut off by Raph smashing it in its face.
Uh-huh.
And can I order the Skitari to take a shot at Kairos?
Sure. I mean, Redden already tried, and that turned out great.
He can only have so many reactions.
Yep.
See, the problem is he sees all of the, actions you guys are going to take and just goes, oh, I only need to take 3 actions.
Yeah, but what he doesn't realize is that I'm on my last fate.
But still, he's like, I know what you're all about to do. Even that fate you're going to burn, Sil.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
is this the only entrance to this room?
Yes. Aside from the hole that you guys made in the floor, which isn't really an entrance.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm still
Why? Do you have a
holding on to my
fucking
own
ludicrous
fate.
idea?
What?
Do you have a ludicrous idea or something?
Totally not looping, sending my copy in, and then going in, then having my copy wait above, and like wait for the right moment to where you can see him through the hole and take a shot.
Totally not what's going to happen.
Totally.
Yeah. Kairos is too busy bullying Conrad right now anyway.
Exactly.
As he's danced right up to you, Conrad, amid all of the bullets and blades coming at him, and comments that, so how does it feel to know that the thing you love is gone?
I have a question.
I...
Can I, like, permanently burn a fate to put the meltagun under his chin and pull the trigger?
I can do you one more.
Okay.
Because if you're going to burn a fate, I mean, you're going to burn a fate.
Yes, I will go down to 2 fate.
So you might as well make it worthwhile, right?
Okay.
So roll me a d100.
Okay. Because I think if there's ever a time to do it, it's now. 35.
All right, I got the thing I wanted. So you fucking lose it, right? Like, he says that to you, and you fucking lose it. And on instinct, you just claw out with your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And, you guys all see Conrad, like, claw at, Kairos. Who, of course, leans back, and the claw goes wide. And then the second claw that's flying in the air behind it hits him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because your father's
Oh.
power claw is kind of telekinetically floating around you,
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
making your hand motion.
This is near automata all of a sudden.
So you literally swung
Yes.
your hand at him, and then he's like, haha, I dodged it. And then the claw materialized and hit him too. And after you finish your swing, the claw actually physically disappears again until you make another swing, and then it mimics that motion.
Nice.
That sounds like a perfect combo attack.
It does.
It does.
And I can think of a way. Unfortunately, the only thing I can think of is mimicking
Well, no,
Conrad.
so, can you roll me a willpower check, please?
Oh,
So, just to explain to you what's happening, usually Annihilation is around to help you out in moments like this. You know, when you start feeling kind of angry about something, he's like, hey, I can help you solve this problem, right?
uh-huh.
But right now, there's no one around to calm you the fuck down.
Ah.
And Kairos has been kind of talking mad shit this whole time.
Oh no.
Well, that's an extreme failure on willpower, so,
So, you guys know the sound of, like, steam in a kettle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that boiling anger coming from Syl, and you can see her, like, visibly, violently shaking.
So, does this mean I don't have the brain power to think? Because I know exactly what would happen in this situation.
Well, since you failed so spectacularly, you just get to find out that you just have an unstoppable anger. And you cannot use any ranged weapons for the duration of this berserk state.
Oh, that's fine.
But you have a bonus to your melee damage. So you have like an extra like degree of success on your like a +10 to your melee attacks and an extra D10.
See, Mike, here's a problem.
What?
I have a specific ability that's specifically meant for Kairos. And I was gonna try to burn a fate to supercharge it.
You're a little too fucking mad to really do anything fancy.
Could kill him though.
Well, let's go for that.
Like,
Let's
unless
go
you're
for the
ripping
next-
and tearing, you're not interested.
Oh, I was gonna, summon the other three.
Again, I think that's more than ripping and tearing at the moment.
Yeah.
But let's
You're
rip
not
and tear.
tearing him apart with your bare hands by yourself. You really can't do much.
Well, that's the last fate spent.
Oh, did you just spend another fate?
Yes,
That's
I
the
spent the
last
last.
Oh, great, double whammy.
And while this is
I
happening,
didn't spend
Mike,
21 fate. Thanks.
would
So let's see.
would shoving Peppermint out of whatever the summoning circle is stop anything?
No, Magnus has already tried that.
Shit.
The only way to do it is to stop Kairos, the one up probably running the ritual.
Okay.
Anyway,
Tommy?
so your rage kind of crystallizes for a minute. Like you're madder than all hell, and then you spend that last fate, right?
Uh-huh.
And as soon as you're like so fucking mad that you could just tear Kairos apart with your bare hands, time stops for everybody.
Zoop.
And all of you get to see the lovely good old E materialize.
Oh,
Tornado of fire, as per usual.
excellent.
Mind you, he's in his decrepit old man state, but he walks up to you, Sil,
Mm-hmm.
and he gives you a cautionary tale about Sigismund.
Don't be a crazy bitch.
Basically, you're getting told at this point, if you give in to your anger, he has no idea what'll happen next. So basically, this is the Emperor trying his best to warn you that if you go off the deep end, you could possibly, like, kill everybody in this room, Conrad included.
I could alternatively solve everything right now and take Kairos out for good.
Seems so he's possessing a human host. It'll just send him back to the warp. Unfortunately.
Well, then what do you suggest I do?
Find him here.
Well, he's a tricky one. So, if I were to make a bet, he's probably listening to this conversation right now. Aren't you, pal? You see the human form of Kairos kind of shrug from where his position is?
Of course he is.
Not my problem, I'm the master of time. Anyway, the Emperor leaves you with a warning and a small seal,
Mm-hmm.
which is the seal of the Dark Templar.
Dark Templar.
Black.
No,
Metal.
Dark Angels. Fuck! I think that's the name of the chapter, right? The Dark Angels?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the symbol. The Dark Angels. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Jesus.
Wait. 2 steps back. Are you talking about Dark Angels or Black Templars?
Talking about the dudes who wear the robes that hunt the
Fallen.
Yeah,
Fallen.
that's
Thank you.
Dark
Okay.
So yeah, that's Dark Angels.
Yeah, you get one of their insignias. With the
Mhm.
advice that if you ever, have your rage get out of control again, to consult the talisman.
Mhm.
So do you to rage or not to rage? That is the question.
Yeah, the Emperor's basically giving you a fucking mulligan and telling you if you give into your anger now, you probably won't stop until everything's dead.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to stop.
Willpower check me.
Ah, shit.
Okay. I can't fate this one, so let's see.
Oh,
That's a pass.
Okay, so you literally count to 4, inhale, count to 4, exhale, and then you're calm. But you still have, about one more punch of godlike power and rage left in you.
Right. So there's Kairos, and he's the only real target.
Drukar all basically face burnt off from your grenade attack,
Right.
and the abomination's being dealt with.
So let's take care of Kairos, shall we?
Can I offer a suggestion?
all out
And that
attack.
would be
When you basically punch him with that, you knock him into the box, and I can probably seal him in that.
all right. Let's try it.
Would that work, GM?
The problem isn't whether it's going to work or not. It's I have to roll to see if he precogged it.
Okay.
Because his rules are bullshit. He basically has a chance to see any events that could happen in the past or the future. So
Mhm.
that's fun. Oh boy, that's a 26. I think he'll see it coming.
Uh-huh.
You
He'll
can see
still
it
get
coming
punched
away.
though, right?
He's still going to get punched. There's nothing he can do to avoid that, but
Well, if you can't avoid the punch, then all I gotta do is get Redden to spawn the thing right in the path.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is cheesy. I mean, being completely honest,
His
Oh wait, he can't move, can he?
he can. Yes.
He can?
Yes.
Being master of time and all that good stuff.
Okay. Okay. So he can see a punch coming. What about a tackle?
I see the future.
What it comes down to is the fact that Mike is saying that no, we're just going to dispel him and he's going to go back and he's still going to be around and there's not much we can do about it.
At least this round.
Is what it comes
Okay,
down
well,
to.
I'm just gonna hit him then. That's a hit.
Okay. You hit him.
Yeah.
And to nobody's surprise, his upper half of his body explodes.
Figured that would happen.
Master of time, my ass. You're the master of running away like a bitch.
Conrad's rushing over to Peppermint, by the way.
Laura's following
Yes.
because
Half demonified at this point.
What half?
One of her arms is a tentacle, and she's got spikes sticking out of all of her lower face, from the cheeks down.
oh fuck.
Can I ask Redden to get Magnus over here so he can roll demonology to see if this is like workable in any way, or is the corruption just going to keep spreading? And also, preferably mechanically speaking, if we could figure out exactly what her corruption's at.
Mm-hmm.
So, you call Magnus, and he gives you the response that he is a little busy right now,
With what?
beating the shit out of Kairos in the warp.
Ah,
Can I-
okay.
Can I help?
No, he'd probably kill you in an instant.
We don't have anyone here who's... The Warp Witch. No, Malice is still outside. Damn it. Alervian isn't trained in that kind of thing. Loken isn't trained in that kind of thing.
Get to be
No,
take
Magnus
too
won't
long.
do it because he figured he's the only person capable of doing it.
Uh-huh.
Me? Fuck.
So he's basically keeping Kairos away from repossessing another human in real space to let you guys finish cleaning up.
Mm-hmm. And
But-
Redden doesn't have demonology, does he?
no, I never really got around to buying that.
So, I. Mm,
My question is, how long would it take to get Medea here?
2 hours.
Yeah, at least another hour to completely secure everything, and then another 3 hours to get her here.
Okay, how about having Medea meet us at a halfway point?
It'd cut down the
That-
travel time, but you'd still have to secure the location.
Which is to say, still at least like 2 hours.
As you'll have to check room to room in the entire spire. And even with the amount of boots you have, that's going to take time.
Okay.
I could full up track.
Oi.
What?
Space
You know what,
Marine boy, do you know anything about demons?
Not really.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Sil?
Yeah?
Congratulations. You're going to be the leader for a little bit, okay?
Oh, okay.
And you're going to help the other 2 oversee the clearing of this hive spire. You got it?
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to get her to the Apollyon so we can get her checked. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah?
Laura holds
Also-
up the dose of trank and hands it to Conrad.
How coherent is Penny right now? I'm sorry, fucking Peppermint.
If she is like conscious right now, like she is able to walk on her own and all that, but you can tell she's very mentally out of it.
I don't want to trank her because I don't know if she has a demonic presence in her, and if I trank her, that's going to like lower her willpower. So instead, I'm just going to try to carry her for the most part. I'll keep the trank on me though. And Conrad's also going to vox it to Malice to see if he's in control or if the witch is in control.
For now, it's him.
The witch is still conscious in your head somewhere?
Yep.
I need to know what she knows about demons now.
Okay. Well, demons are generally split into 4 categories among their.
No, I need to know how much she can identify about them.
She can tell you what god the demon came from and the general type.
Can you tell me if someone's beyond what we can consider savable?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Okay, well,
she might,
listen. You remember Peppermint, right? You
Yeah.
probably saw her. She was in the middle of a Slanesh circle, and she's got some extra bits now.
Boy.
And so I'm about to bring her to the Apollyon, and you're she's the closest thing that I know that knows anything about this, because unfortunately Alervian isn't particularly well versed in this kind of stuff. So I'm coming down now through the elevator, meet me in the lobby, and I'll get a long-range Vox and get us a transport immediately.
Okay. I'll meet you down there.
And I'm going to do exactly that. As soon as we're in the lobby, I'm going to put her down, let him and the witch take a look-see, and I'm going to procure a long-range Vox, get on the Apollyon, and basically be like, this is priority 1, I need a transport down here, and I need Medea on standby. Because I need to know what to do about this.
Right. So he's going to take a minute to look over her.
Mhm.
It's kind of... it's not good, but it's not bad. So it's at the point right now where the demon doesn't have any control over her body. But it's still got a voice in her ear. And given enough time, well, anything is possible.
Jordan's phone died.
Okay.
Oh,
Can,
okay.
I would like to say I want to go with Syl about securing the tower.
Okay. It's
Or-
actually a good chance for me to go to the bathroom again real
Yeah.
quick, but you guys can roll me ballistic skill checks for just clearing out rooms.
And
Okay.
Laura's grabbing her guitar
I-
and doing the same.
I passed that. Oh, I really passed that.
I passed
Yikes.
that too.
Those of you who passed, find rooms full of Eldari to gun down with your troopers. Those of you who fail, find empty rooms. I would go to the bathroom now. Ah!
Fuck.
Lizard, don't bite me, you little shit.
Hello again.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah, no. I saw my phone was at 5%. I was like, oh, it'd be a good idea to go charge it. Put in the charger, dies immediately.
Yeah, that's how it goes. My phone's at 1, even though I'm on computer.
I missed anything?
No.
Okay,
We cleared rooms of Eldari.
nice.
Sorry.
All that matters now is they're dead.
Well,
Alright, I'm back.
yeah.
Hello there.
Welcome back.
General Kenobi.
Hello there.
General
So-
Kenobi.
They cleared out some rooms of Skitari. That's what I mean. Of Dark Eldari, for fuck's sake. Made the same mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost got bit by a lizard again.
Noise.
Stop pooping the snoot.
Never!
Vulcan, don't boop the snoot.
So then. Did we ever find that was the webway portal in there, by the way, or no?
No, it was not.
Oh, at the other
Yeah, well, we
place.
still got to find that.
More rolls. Let's see what happens.
Can I dedicate myself to looking for that?
Sure.
Okay. You want to roll? You want me to roll scrutiny?
Oh.
Forgot it, don't worry.
Oh.
The 5.
So yeah, Laura's like, oh hey, I found it, guys.
It's in here.
Sits there, looming ominously.
Is it active?
It's not.
Good. Sil,
Yeah?
I found a thing for you to explode.
Oh, okay. Have you got any charged, or, explosives that aren't grenades?
I know.
Baldy's team had some.
Okay, I'm gonna go loot their corpses real quick.
Okay. You do so. You get about 4 demolition charges.
How many are we going to need?
Actually, to be specific, you'd get 4 demolition kits, I think is the name of the item.
Oh, do they have charges and uses and shit?
Yeah, and they have like a couple charges, a thing of det cord, and a detonator.
So a single det kit should do it.
Okay. Gonna rig that up. Do I have to roll anything to rig that up good?
Yes, roll me an explosives check.
Is that a thing I have?
I think it's a... I don't think it's a skill or anything.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to make it? And what
Hmm.
bonuses does he get from being actually trained by your boy?
I guess it'd probably go off agility because you're using your fingers a lot.
Speaking of
Yeah.
which, just for future reference, it's 5 demolition charges, 100 meters of det cord, and 5 pressure release detonators.
Okay.
Okay, so that's off of agility. Are there any bonuses?
You get a plus 20 because your boy taught you how to actually rig something to detonate.
Then I just barely passed that.
Good.
You all, herself included.
Well, I mean, it's a pass within 5.
It's close. There's a moment Sil goes, oh no.
Please don't do that.
So the other way around.
Wait, that doesn't go there. Or does it? No.
That's exactly
No,
what
it
you
doesn't.
want to hear your demolition expert talking about.
It goes
Look,
there.
Steps back
It
slowly.
goes there.
Look, it's either I successfully rig this and we all get to watch a good explosion, or it's not my business anymore.
All right,
That's what I was
Luke
afraid
going.
of.
We'll know.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to let you know that those fucking demolition charges have the same profile as crack grenades.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're kind of retarded. But I think they count as unwieldy or whatever if you try to throw them, so...
I don't. Probably. It doesn't say anything about throwing them.
I don't think
Lead command an unwieldy check. Like, or that they'd be counted as unwieldy or whatever the trait is for throwing weapons that aren't balanced.
Well, that's why you do the thing in Saving Private Ryan where you just come up to the tank through a trench and then put it on the wheel.
I'm sorry, I don't have a sock and about a gallon of grease.
You can eat that too, you little shit. Don't make me
Anywho.
scoop you up with ice cream.
Anyway, Syl sets the charges up, rigs the cord out all the way to the other, to the entrance.
Explodes it.
Danger close!
Like, boom.
Kaboom.
The only actual terminology Syl ever picked up from her lessons.
You're a spoiled little fuck, you know that?
Syl also found a lizard.
So, yeah. Things are getting cleaned up.
Uh-huh.
Conrad, your evac would show up.
Excellent.
Yes. It's the Angel of Death's craft, but LaForde's piloting it this time.
Nice.
The way you sounded over the radio, yeah.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Do we know anyone that can
So, yeah,
do
we're gonna-
exorcisms?
Load Penny up and make sure that she's nice and secure and get moving immediately.
Right.
Peppermint!
Fuck!
Just call her Minty.
And
I mean, she might be deady fresh before this session is over. We're gonna have to see.
actually,
Did
do
you
we
just
know
make
anyone
fun?
that can do exorcisms?
Say again?
Do we
Exorcism.
Know, do we know anyone that can do exorcisms?
We have an ecclesiarch on the other ship. We'll see about it. Again, we don't know if she has an actual demonic presence in her yet, or if it's just corruption.
Annihilation can do exorcisms.
Annihilation will also eat my maybe girlfriend. Anyway. Conrad arguing with the team members who aren't here.
So Conrad, Malice, and Peppermint would all get evac'd into orbit,
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
leaving the rest of you the command of the ground forces to finish cleaning up.
And Laura's going to start cataloging things.
Oh, shit. Can I roll an intelligence check?
Sure.
Because I want to see if Conrad would think of giving a last order before that ship gets here and they all fuck off. Excellent.
Oh, I had an order in mind.
I'm actually going to radio to them and ask if they still have Raphael with them. And this is before the ship gets here.
Yes.
Can you get confirmation from him if he wants to stay groundside or if he'd like to come up to our ship for repairs? And we do have a Space Marine medic on board if he needs any kind of attention.
Oi, Space Marine boy. Do you want to finish cleaning out the Eldar, or do you want to go heal?
My duty is not done until they all lay slain.
Hope you heard that, Captain.
Did Conrad hear that?
You did.
Okay. Understood. Just want to make sure he had
Okay.
the option.
Gonna
What's
gather
building?
up the troops that remain.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy.
Gather them up for a speech.
So you'd have a hodgepodge of guardsmen and Clan of Wonder. The guardsmen are all in rows and file, and the Clan of Wonder is kind of hodgepodged around on top of their vehicles. Some are actively working on their vehicles while they're going to be listening to you talk.
Right. So, I'm going to keep this short because our captain, and I guess the planetary governor at this point, made it clear that we're to make sure the Eldar forces are no longer able to do anything, i.e., they're all dead. So, I assume all of you know enough to be able to handle that kind of mission, right?
Some people give each other some weird looks in the crowd.
I believe I asked for a response.
Laura's going to put in her plus 20 in support of Syl and do a roll to try and get some response from the crowd, positive response from the crowd.
Before they get heavy stubborn.
I have to roll fellowship.
There you go.
Okay.
Before Syl just open fires with a heavy stubber into our own troops.
Get
Right.
Mouse to do his thing.
Laura.
Oh no, it's not going to be that bad.
Laura did a background trying to motion people to have a response.
Let's see if Discord wants to catch up.
It says you got 59.
And Laura
Oh,
rolled
okay.
to try and get the crowd to have some reaction that's positive.
Well, that was a fail on my.
It's with the plus 20 from Laura? A failure?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too.
I don't. If it's with a plus, I think so.
What's your
Oh, a 59. Yeah.
I rolled separately to try and raise the crowd.
Okay. I see your rule now.
Yeah, no, that's a fail.
So, Syl, in your eyes, your failed attempt at a speech is getting people riled up and ready to go back out to war, but it's actually Laura behind you.
Totally didn't flash her
Nice.
tits.
Right. Well, I'd say for the glory of the Imperium, but let's be honest with each other here. This is for the glory of hell. Let's take back the planet.
Uh-huh.
Give the signal to move out.
People start to move out.
Right. That could have gone worse. So, let's go do what we were here for, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go kill some Eldar.
Laura's going to take her squad of Skitari and start cataloging things while murdering people.
Okay.
Because
Redmere with
Not a
me.
whole lot left, but
Alright.
probably your cataloging. You find more of the same, a lot of Eldari drugs and the like.
mm-hmm.
Personal soul stones that are on the Eldari.
Mm-hmm. Any intact weapons, armor that's not completely shot to pieces?
The big problem is this is Xenotech, so you have no fucking idea, given even if it looks like it's destroyed, it might work? You really don't know.
Unfortunately, the Heretech isn't here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna scrutiny it to see if I get anything. Probably at a negative what? A negative 20?
Negative
Yeah.
90.
Now, mind you, gathering all of the Eldar equipment up wouldn't be difficult to do. It's just figuring out what works, what doesn't, and how the fuck to make them work.
So, alright. So, yeah, I would be gathering it all up, and I'll scrutiny the damaged stuff at the -20, so that's... I passed that.
All right. So you think you could get a good chunk of the well, the armor is a lost cause at this point. You're better off just melting it down for scrap. But a lot of the weapons look serviceable.
Excellent.
Problem being, again, you have no fucking clue how to work any of them.
It is time for trial and error. What looks like the end of a gun barrel. Point at wall. See what happens.
You might just want to wait until, someone else can go through it.
I can go through it.
No, I'm not
You
going to actually fuck with it right now, but I'm going to catalog each thing into a separate pile of like items.
Okay.
So each weapon type is going to be in an organized pile.
It's just the other pile.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so no, there's not much cleaning up left to do, truth be told. At least in this localized area. From here on out, you guys have the long slog of clearing the rest of the planet. Oh, thankfully, you now have a base of operations planet-side to work from.
And a good base of operations is the best place to start.
There's not going to be any Eldar, busting in through the back door now.
Yep.
So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it here.
Oh.
Okay.
If that's
Ooh.
okay with you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and kill the stream as well. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next Sunday, maybe?
Yep.
Alright. Later.